Hello and a very good morning to everyone. Learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. With this beautiful quote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I, Ms. Chitra Hangalekar, Assistant Professor, on behalf of Other Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, KT Patil College of Pharmacy, Usmanabad, would like to take this opportunity to host this event and to welcome you all participants in inaugural function of 1 week International Faculty Development Program on Herbal Medicine Research and Global Health, a therapeutic perspective. First of all, I would like to give a big thanks to all the registered delegates. We are overwhelmed by the huge response we have received all over the country, as well as from abroad in different categories like PG and PhD research scholars and faculty members. Before starting our EFTP, we would like to give our deep condolence to the Nightingale of India, Bharat Ratna Lata Mangeshkar. May her departed soul rest in peace. Dear participants, education institutes are facing many challenges and issues due to COVID-19 outbreak and nationwide lockdown since last 2 years. Outburst of the pandemic corona disease in many ways has changed the definition and dimension of existing teaching and learning methodologies during this phase of lockdown. In this unprecedented time, virtual platforms like webinars and EFDP are playing major roles in providing useful knowledge and education. Dear participant, to welcome is to do the honor to establish integrity. So, on behalf of our college, I take the privilege to welcome our distinguished dignitaries. I would like to welcome the chief guest of today's function, Honorable Professor Dr. Praveen S. Vakte sir, Head Department of Chemical Technology UDCT, former Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Heartiest welcome, sir. It's an honor to have you with us and thank you very much for sparing your valuable time with us. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to welcome Honorable Dr. Amol Joshi, sir, Principal and Convener of this EFTP. I also would like to welcome today's resource person, Dr. Shampua, sir, Associate Professor, Government College of Pharmacy, Aurangabad. To begin with, we have with us an academician and innovator, Dr. Amol Joshi, sir, Principal and Convener of this EFDP. So I would like to request Principal, sir, to give a keynote address and to present a brief agenda of this International Faculty Development Program. Please, over to you, sir.
On behalf of Adarsh Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, KT Patil College of Pharmacy, myself as a principal, Dr. Amol Joshi, I would like to welcome all the delegates as well as our today's eminent personality, our chief guest, Professor Dr. Praveen Vakte sir. Now I would like to welcome sir. Welcome sir. Now I would like to introduce Professor Praveen Vakte sir. Professor Praveen Sridhar Vakte sir is currently heading the prestigious University Department of Chemical Technology, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, since 2011, and is former Pro VC of Dr. Bamu Aurangabad. He is postgraduate from RGHS Bangalore and PhD from University Department of Chemical Technology, Aurangabad. Dr. Vakte has over 23 years of experience in teaching and research at the university. He is a PhD guide, referee, examiner, and board of studies member of various universities. He has more than 60 international research papers, 3 review articles, 1 book chapter, and 4 patents to his credit. He has developed a sophisticated analytical instrumentation facility at UDCT. He was a member of Board of Management of Government College of Engineering, Aurangabad. He is academic council member of various universities. He was chairman of the task force for the management of post-pandemic digital education policy of university. He is a chairman, board of pharmacy and ad hoc board in chemical engineering at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. He is coordinator of intellectual property rights cell, Dr. Bamu Aurangabad. He is in charge director of Institute of Hotel Management of Dr. Bamu University, Aurangabad. He was also coordinator of Central Instrumentation Facility of Dr. Bamu Aurangabad. His interest includes the development and formulation of herbal medicines and cosmetics. He is also closely associated with various pharmaceutical and food industries for formulation development, standardization, and analysis of pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, and dietary supplements. He is speaker of choice on supercritical fluid technology and extraction technology in various national and international conferences. He is well known for his lecture series on science and spiritualism. His research on the analysis of thermal paper in 2016 was a national news in the interest of citizens of India and was also noted in the Lok Sabha proceedings during zero hour for the development of Act on the use of BPA-free paper. Dr. Vakte is currently president of Sri Gajanan Maharaj Temple Trust and Medical and Research Foundation, which has adopted 6 villages for free checkup and medication of poor and needy people. Currently, he is involved in the development of prestigious traditional knowledge research center at Santapit Paithan. He is also the university coordinator of proposed prestigious project of Government of Maharashtra Santapit Paithan. His noted achievements include an appointment on the Committee of Archaeological Survey of India for chemical coating of Sri Panduranga idol at the prestigious temple of Pandharpur. He is also appointed by the Ministry of Environment and Forest, New Delhi, on the international project on ILEC for the development of the International Field Research Station at Lonar and Jaikwadi, Paithan for the ecosystem conservation. Dr. Vakte is also a member of various professional bodies and also a life member of Science Fiction Writers Association. So still a number of achievements were there of Dr. Vakte sir. So I heartily welcome you, sir, for providing time for today's program, sir. So now I would give some brief introduction about our college. We have started our journey in 1999 with the great vision and hard work and efforts of late Sri K.T. Patil sir, Shikshana Maharshi. After that, that journey will be carried forwarded with our respected chairman sir, Sri Sudhir Patil sir. Right now, our next generation young dynamic leadership, Sri Aditya Patil sir, who is our administrative officer, he is guiding us for the same journey. We have started in 1999 with the BPharm course. After that, we in 2010 we have started with the MPharm course in 2 branches, pharmaceutics as well as the pharmaceutical quality assurance. And after that, in 2017 we have started with the pharmady course, means this other Shikshan Prasarak Mandal. In that we have the UG to PG courses, as well as now our college is trying also for the PhD research center. So these are some college uh, programs just we have started. The about the theme of this particular FDP, we have chosen the theme for this FDP on the herbal medicines research, global health, a therapeutic perspective. As we have seen that in particularly this Corona period, we have seen that many of these allopathic medicines are used severely, and again they are very much associated with their adverse effects. They have affected the patient body very badly in this Corona period particularly it is visible. And in the many of this on the contrary, these herbal medicines we are using in many of these disease ailments, as well as specifically Corona also, for the prophylactic way as well as the treatment way, with much safer side with their treatment. Again, so also I would like to thank today for firstly our management, our chairman sir, respected Sudhir Patil sir, our administrative officer Aditya Patil sir, for providing me the opportunity, guiding me for arrangement of this program. We have arranged this program. Our coordinators as well as our organizing committee have taken much efforts, and with I expect cooperation from all of you. So we'll make this program successful. And as well as I would like to thank all our speakers who have provided their valuable time. Definitely they will enlighten our knowledge and will ignite our minds for the good research in this traditional medicines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for briefing our session, today's session. Now, I would like to request the today's chief guest, Honorable Professor Dr. Praveen Vakte, sir, to enlighten this event by his sparkling words. We are eager to listen you, sir. Please, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Good morning to one and all present over here. Right? I'm really privileged to be among you all over here today for this inaugural function of 1 week International Faculty Development Program on herbal medicine research and global health, a therapeutic perspective. First of all, I declare this event is open now, and for the deliberation of all the learned speakers, those who are going to interact for 1 week, all the delegates, those who have participated. As per just now told by Professor Joshi sir, that there has been a tremendous response to this theme of FDP, which is related to herbal medicine research and global health therapeutic perspective. Really, I'm happy that at least today I'm among the community who are related with the herbal research, and I'm really privileged to be amongst you over here today for this inaugural function, which is organized by KT Patil College of Pharmacy. I would like to thank the chief patron of this FDP, Shri Sudhir Patil sir, patron Aditya Patil sir, convener of this FDP, Dr. Amol Joshi, co-convener Dr. Rita Sabkarman. Then just now, as I've seen, Ms. Chitra, who is coordinating this session very well, my friend Dr. Umre. So thank you for calling me over here today for this inaugural function, which is related to the herbal medicine research and global health, a therapeutic perspective. Just to throw a light on the issues which are being covered in this TP, I've gone through the list of different topics which would be covered in this edition. I've seen the spectrum of all the selected areas is very good. We are tackling the issues of IPR by my friend Dr. Prashant Shamkur. I hope Shamkur sir is also present over here. And apart from that, we are also going to deal with some issues, potential role of nutraceuticals as an immunity booster. Then we are going to deal with some regulatory aspects and plant-based metabolites in healthcare, and also we are going to have some aspects of analytical techniques, like say role of HPTL CD in pharmaceuticals. So these are few of the areas which I could find that would be dealt in detail related to the herbal medicine research. I would just like to bring to the notice of all the delegates, those who are present over here. Friends, the days are changing. Similarly, at the same time, understanding of the natural products, the days in which we used to study the subject like pharmacognosy are far gone away, and the aspects of understanding herbal drug technology or pharmacognostic agents is changed, whereas we can find that usage has been gone from preventive to curative. At the same time, we can find that the sources, like earlier we used to use the natural sources, now we have come up with a nature-like resources, and now we can find we have came up with a man-made resources which are we are going to use as a source for the health supplements and nutraceuticals. When earlier it was a natural and preventive way of a usage, and the source it was considered as a food. Later on, which the area which was developed, we call it as a traditional medicine, and from traditional medicine we switched over to the pharmaceuticals. But currently, from natural, as I said, from natural to natural nature like, or currently to the man-made, you can find that health supplements and nutraceuticals is one of the biggest upcoming industry, where we students of natural products should understand that the role of herbal medicine is upcoming and very well growing over here, and we can find the global wellness economy, which is going tackling to our industry, or we can call it as an herbal drug industry, where we can find that the area which is covered by the preventive and the personalized medicine and the public health, that area is just 575 billions. But at the same time, new areas which are coming from compared to the traditional and contemporary medicine, or if we can talk of healthy eating habits or the nutrition or the weight loss industry. This has also gone up, and we can find that apart from the personalized medicine and the public health, that industry has gone $702 billion. So this is moreover increasing just because of the alertness of the population for having the increase in physical activity, wellness tourism. These are the few areas which we can find. Even wellness real estates are coming up. The mental wellness, which has grown very big after the pandemic, also needs to be taken into consideration for the understanding as well. The most and the biggest industry which is associated with the herbal drug research, I consider, is a personal care and the beauty industry, which is more than 1,000. So we need to understand the size or the quantum of our industry and where it is going. Very well, everybody of us know that as the corona pandemic worsened, the sales of the herbal supplements or the vitamins or the minerals, it experienced or it boomed like anything, and the record sales or the high level of sales were there for the this kind of industries. You can find zinc and coronavirus. Lot of research came in between that area. The supplement which may help reduce the severity of the symptoms, but has no cure. So that was the research. Even though there was no proven scientific evidence, consumers increased the assumptions of vitamins and supplements such as zinc. And if we can find really that the conditions or the newly developed products like lozenges, those were not even available on the social sites like Amazon. And one box of 18 lozenges was selling up to $120, and you can try to understand that the delivery was not even so. That was the urgency, or that was the size of the market which was there during these pandemic conditions. But friends, when I talk of a pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, or cosmetics or the personal care industry, at the same time, the boundaries are blurring among these traditional segments. As earlier we used to call nutrition as a different segment, cosmetics and personal care as a different segment, and pharmaceuticals, that is herbal pharmaceuticals, as a different segment. But the boundaries, those are blurring nowadays. We can find there is a merger of pharmaceuticals and cosmetic or personal care industry, where a new area came up, what we call it as a cosmeceutical industry. So cosmeceutical industry, you can find the upcoming business in the vitamins, herbal oils, or extracts, or there are so many products which are being developed by the healthcare industries, what we call it, where we can find this. There are some specific characteristics which are required by the law, and such type of developed medicinal property products are being sold in this cosmeceutical industry. At the same time, as I was talking of a pharmaceutical and a nutrition, if we try to see the blurring of the boundaries of these two industries, we can find the new area. As we can see here, cosmeceuticals was developed. At the same time, here we can find an area called nutraceuticals is being developed, which has been very well. And I find that this is the area where we, as an researchers in the area of natural products, should try to understand herbal medicine, should try to understand the blurring of these areas as well. If the cosmetics and nutraceutical blurring is understood, we can find nutracosmeceuticals is one of the area. This nutracosmeceutical industry, it consists of proteins and enzymes which are administered orally, and such type of products are being developed. So these are the few areas like nutracosmeceuticals or nutraceuticals. But if we try to see again more advancedly, the area which blurs again these three blurred areas is nutracosmeceutical. So these are a few of the areas which we can find that the nutraceutical industry goes towards the drug as well as it goes towards the food. But if we see the spectrum, considering from conventional foods, we have a good, I would say, opening for the conventional food development, functional food development, At the same time, in nutraceutical vitamins and supplements, we also have a session devoted over here today in this FDP for the development of the immunity boosters. That is what I have seen. So it comes under the nutraceutical. But at the same time, if we move towards the food to drugs, we can find we can also develop foods for medicinal purpose. At the same time, what we call it as a medicines, that is the core area. These are the few of the areas where from pharmacy we can go to the generalized OTC products, which are related even to the areas like sports. At the same time, we can also develop foods which are for the medicinal purpose. But friends, we also need to understand that the consumer available for the wellness industry today in the market, what are his requirements? We need to have a detailed understanding of what are the requirements of the consumer, what consumer wants. If you go through the surveys which have been done for the Asia Pacific region for the nutraceutical markets, it is considered that the better health, better fitness, better nutrition, better appearance, better sleep, better mindfulness, these are the few of the areas which I consider are the upcoming areas of research in a post-COVID era. And earlier people were not that much careful about the fitness. We can find that the better health, better fitness, better nutrition, these are the areas in post-COVID area which are well developed and which I find has a great scope for the herbal drug industry. At the same time, considering the extra income which are coming, people are also striving for the grooming industry or the cosmetic industry, where they are striving for the better appearance. At the same time, the pressures which are coming up or the work pressures which are coming up, industry is also looking for the better sleep and better mindfulness. So I consider that these are the areas for the next 10 years, or we can say from up till 2028, where this industry is going to grow from $124 billion in 2020. It is expected that it may go up till $248 billion by 2020. So almost it is going to double what the sales which we had in 2020. These are the normal figures which are available. Those were before pre-COVID era. So after this COVID, again these figures may change, and we can understand that in the countries like Brazil, China, Germany, Japan, UK, and even US, the population is more over inclined towards the fitness. They are more inclined towards the sleep. So these are the areas or the segments which are coming up. And I hope, as far as India is concerned, definitely we are going to have an interaction with the delegation or the delegates, those who are present over here, that the four key drivers lead to the need and growth of the health supplement and the nutraceutical industry in India. We need to keep in mind that the four segments in which we should take care as a nation. First is the malnutrition status of India, nutrient deficiency, which I feel that we should, as a pharmacist, we should take care of this industry, or I consider is a main driver for the herbal drug industry. Apart from that, as I said earlier, that the awareness that or the, regarding the increasing nutrition care or awareness and access to information has also led to one segment where we can develop new products for this kind of population, where the third parameter is regarding the affluence of the working population with the changing patterns and the increasing the disposable income which this population has. So I consider this one of the area as an Indian population, which we as an industry also need to take the care of this population. But apart from that, affordability or reducing affordability of hospitalization costs or the driving consumers towards health supplements and nutraceuticals are also a few of the reasons. So I consider these are the four main drivers of the health supplement and the nutraceutical industries of India. So over to you, Mr. Ramesh. So these are a few of the areas. Just as an in a very short time, I would be able to, or I was able to throw the light on the upcoming areas of our industry where herbal medical research and the global health area was concerned. And I hope all the delegates present over here, apart from my friend Dr. Sham Kuwar, who is going to address a very important issue of an IPR, as is that I'm also handling the area of IPR cell in our university. Definitely, I welcome and I would be really happy to propagate the understanding of IPR among all the herbal drug researchers. My friend Shamkuar is shouldering this responsibility today in this session for letting you understand the role of IPR in herbal drug industry. But definitely, I would be happy, Professor Shamkuar, if you would be joining with me. The goal or the aim which I have kept for 2025 is that I have to reach 10,000 school students for the propagation or for the understanding of IPR in the class of 8th, 9th, and 10th. So that would be the area, and definitely I would be happy you would if you would be joining me with my mission of achieving the target of 10,000 students, school students. This So once again, I am thankful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to be amongst you over here today for the inaugural function of this organized by KT Patil College of Pharmacy, Uspanaman. So thank you, Joshi sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening our program. We are very fortunate that you are our today's chief guest and we have started our EFDP program by your inaugural speech. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to hand over the mic towards our principal, Dr. Joshi, sir, to give a vote of thanks to Dr. Vakti, sir. Please.
On behalf of our management and team KTP COP, first of all, I would like to thank very much Professor Dr. Vakte sir, who has provided his valuable time and provided us and guided us with his knowledge on the today's EFDP theme. Thank you very much, sir. Now over to you, Chitra ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Now we are moving towards our first session of the day one. Dear participants, as we all know, herbal medicine is the use of medicinal plants for the prevention and treatment of diseases. Traditional herbal medicines are naturally occurring plant derived substances with minimal or no industrial processing that have been used to treat illness within local or regional healing practices. Nowadays, traditional herbal medicines are getting significant attention in global health debates due to maximum health benefits with minimum side effects. The prime objective of this 1 week faculty development program is to acquire the knowledge of current trends in herbal medicine research and their regulatory requirements by exploring new horizons in herbal medicine research. This EFDP will emphasize on how to correlate and utilize global herbal medicine research in therapeutic perspectives for the benefit of society and will speculate the future possibilities in herbal medicine research within multidisciplinary approach. So for highlighting and presenting different therapeutic perspectives regarding herbal medicine research and global health, we got different expertise in our panel from renowned institute. And from that, for today's session, we have a very eminent personality with all of us. I would like to welcome Dr. Prashant B. Shampuar, sir, Associate Professor, Government College of Pharmacy, Aurangabad. Before starting our session, I would like to introduce Dr. Shampuar, sir, in brief. First of all, I would like to welcome you, sir. Welcome. Sir has completed his PhD from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad in 2012, M.Pharm from UDCT, ICT Mumbai, Mumbai University in 1999, B.Pharm IPR, Wardha, B.Pharm from IPR Wardha, RTM Nagpur University in 1995. Sir has also completed PG Diploma in Intellectual Property Law, MPLC Aurangabad, from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad in 2008. Sir has qualified GATE in pharmacy from IIT Chennai in 1997. Sir has a huge experience of 26 years in teaching as well as in administration with 10 years of research experience. He has guided total 27 PG students, 17 from M.Pharm and 10 from PharmD in their research project. Now he is guiding 3 PhD students. Sir has published 61 research articles with 415 citations, having 12 H index, 16 ITN index. In that, 51 review article and 10 research articles are included. He has published 46 research articles at national and 15 research articles at international level. He has presented 9 research articles at national level. Sir has filed 8 patents, published 5 books. Also, he is an editorial board member of 2 journals. He got funding for his project from Modrops worth rupees 9 lakh and rupees 35,000 from Mumbai University. He is a life member of IST and Indian Society of Pharmacognosy. There is a lot more to tell about the incredible achievement of Dr. Shampuar sir, but due to time constraint, I will stop here and would like to request Shampuar sir to start his session and guide us regarding the today's topic emphasizing on intellectual property rights in herbal medicine. Please, over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam, for such a nice introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible, sir.
I will share the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Okay, so good morning, and I welcome all the participants in today's program. That is the International Faculty Development Program arranged by KT Patil College of Pharmacy, Usmanabad, Herbal Medicine Research and Global Health Therapeutic Perspective. And today's topic is the intellectual property rights in herbal medicine. So I will again make myself sure that I am audible and my screen is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible and the slides are also visible.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. So when we are talking about the intellectual property rights in herbal medicine, so first we have to see that what is the meaning of intellectual property right? Before going to the intellectual property rights, I will share some historical aspects of this intellectual property rights. After the Second World War, there was the economic crisis throughout the world. पूरे वर्ल्ड में इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस हुआ था आफ्टर द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर एंड टू रिस्टोर द कंडीशन इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस को हमको ऊपर लाना है. सो फॉर दैट द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज केम टुगेदर एंड दे फॉर्म द गैट, जिसको हम लोग बोलेंगे जनरल एग्रीमेंट्स ऑन ट्रेड एंड टैरिफ. सो इट वाज फॉर्म इन 1948, 1 जनवरी 1948, एंड उसका जो पर्पस था कि इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड को बढ़ावा देना है. इट मींस दैट इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड जो होने वाला है, जिसके कारण जो इकोनॉमिकल क्राइसिस थे उसको दूर करना है. एंड फॉर द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड देयर शुड बी सम मैकेनिज्म टू कंट्रोल द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड. सो फॉर दैट पर्पस द गैट came into the existence, and accordingly GATT was working, and India was also part of that GATT, and there was a proper international trading was there, or international business was there. But as soon as the trading got increased or enhanced in a volume, so this GATT mechanism was insufficient to control the international trade. Then in 1995, this GATT was converted into the World Trade Organization. And as you know that in 1995, when India became a participant or a contributory of this WTO, World Trade Organization, तो उस टाइम पे ऐसी बातें चल रही थी कि what will happen to India, whether it will sustain or not, whether we are losing our freedom. So in 1995, we were not having that WhatsApp university, or media was not that much strong. So whatever the things we used to get from the newspaper, that only we were knowing. And in 1995, we were in a dilemma whether to join or not. The main purpose of this confusion in Indians was the TRIPS, that is the trade related intellectual property rights. And that is the main source of this IPR, where it became mandatory for all the countries who were the participants of this WTO. अब अगर हमको डेवलपिंग कंट्री से डेवलप नेशन बनना है तो हमको इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड करना पड़ेगा. एंड देयर आर सम एडवांटेजेस ऑफ दिस as a participant of the World Trade Organization. And अगर हम लोग WTO का मेंबर बनते, if we are become a member of WTO, then we have to accept the TRIPS. And TRIPS में कुछ provisions ऐसे थे जिसका mechanism हमारे इंडिया में नहीं था. We were not having that mechanism. For example, if I say about the pharmaceuticals, as per the Patent Act 1970, we were having only the product patent. Sorry, we were having the only process patent, and we were not giving a patent for the product. But as per the TRIPS, now there was a compulsion for us to create a process or mechanism to offer a patent for the product, and 10 years grace period was given to create that mechanism. In between that, there was a EMR and the mailbox was there. And from 2005, we have started the product patent. हम लोग फार्मास्यूटिकल्स की बात करेंगे तो फार्मेसी जो हमारा प्रोफेशन है, इफ यू सी दैट इसका इंडिया की इकोनॉमी पे बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है. इट इज द सेकंड मोस्ट गुड्स, अगर हम इफ आई एम टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ द कॉमर्स, then it is the second one goods which are exported from the India. And India is also called as the pharmacy of developing nation. It is the hub of the generic medicine. So how it was affecting this IPR, how it was affecting the pharmaceuticals and the herbal medicine that we are going to see today. Now, when we are talking about this intellectual property rights, I will just share the basic things. अब intellectual property rights का मतलब होता है, intellectual means बौद्धिक, property means संपदा, and rights means अधिकार. So it is a बौद्धिक संपदा अधिकार. Now, intellectual property is a legal concept that encompasses creation of the mind, such as inventions, writing, design, symbols, computer programs, and the works of the art. Now, first line is that intellectual property is a legal concept. This is the legal concept. It means that it comes under the branch of the law. Though we are studying in the pharmaceuticals, I think from last 10 years, this topic is included in your syllabus of PG as well as at UG level also. But it is not a part of the pharmacy. It is the branch of the law. And it is applicable everywhere. It is applicable in the arts, in the commerce, and in the science. Now, most of the times, those people who are knowing this intellectual property rights, not in a depth, most of the time they get confused whether this IPR is applicable everywhere or this is a single mechanism which is applicable to all the things, that is writing, invention, symbols, computer programs, and work of art or the artistic work. So that answer today we will get. Most of the times people do not know that where the copyright will be applicable, where the patent will be applicable, where the trademark will be applicable. And this confusion which is created in our mind, that will be gone today. While understanding the intellectual property rights, intellectual का मतलब होता है कि हमारी बुद्धि से related है, हमारे intellectual से related है. So whatever the creation which is made by our intellectual, so that is our property. Now we have to see that what is the meaning of the property. अगर हम लोग intellectual property की बात करते हैं तो हमको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि property का मतलब क्या है. So property का मतलब ये होता है that is our belonging. Property जब हम लोग बोलते हैं कि this is my property, so it means it is my belonging. इसमें there are 4 elements. The person entitled, that means the owner of the property. Then the object means the property itself. Then act of forbearance. This is very important. जब हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये मेरी प्रॉपर्टी है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल माई हाउस इज माई प्रॉपर्टी, दैट मीन्स आई एम प्रिवेंटिंग अदर्स. इसमें सिर्फ मेरा अधिकार रहेगा, बाकी के लोग इसमें आ नहीं सकते विदाउट माई परमिशन. नोबडी कैन एंटर इन माई प्रॉपर्टी विदाउट माई परमिशन. सो इट इज रिफ्रेनिंग अदर्स, इट इज प्रिवेंटिंग अदर्स टू गेट इन्वॉल्व इन माई प्रॉपर्टी. I have a privilege. I can do anything with my property. I can sell, I can give on rent, I can do plantation. So whatever the property I am having, I can do as per my wish. Then the person obliged. The person obliged definitely is the person entitled most of the times, but sometimes it may be a hears, or we can say the another persons, जिसको हम लोग बोलेंगे वारिस जो रहेंगे पर्सन एंटाइटल्ड के, वो हो सकते हैं, या द पर्सन हिमसेल्फ विल बी देयर. Now when we are talking about the property, I got the right to do anything with my property. That right is given by me law. The law has given me the right. अगर मैं आपको छोटी सी बात बताता हूं, मेरे पास में एक पेन है, मैं क्लासरूम में बैठा हूं एज अ स्टूडेंट, और मेरा पेन चोरी हो गया है. And I know that somebody else has taken that pen, but I cannot claim that pen is mine because I don't have any proof. But if I am having any proof that that pen is mine, I can file a complaint. I can sue that person. In the same way, the property should have the legal protection. Then and then only we can protect our property. We can enjoy the fruits of the property. अगर मेरी प्रॉपर्टी जो है उसको मुझे लीगल प्रोटेक्शन है, तो मैं उस प्रॉपर्टी के फ्रूट्स एंजॉय कर सकता हूं. So I hope that you understood this concept of the property. Now there is a classification of the property. Property के दो types है, two types of the properties are there. One is the corporeal property and one is the incorporeal property. This corporeal property can be touched, can be sensed, can be perceived, and it is a tangible in character. जो मैं देख सकता हूं, महसूस कर सकता हूं. इसमें movable property है, goods and chattels. For example, my bike and my car is my property, which is movable. In the immovable property, real property and fixtures are there. जैसे land, house. These are the immovable property. Then next is the incorporeal property, which we cannot sense, touch, or it cannot be pursued. It is intangible in characteristic. That is the intellectual property and right to individual reputation. We will see in detail the intellectual property in the next slide. ये जो individual reputation जो है, that is also one of the property. बहुत बार हम लोग देखते हैं कि न्यूज में या टीवी चैनल में, if somebody criticizes someone, then the person who was criticized go for the defamation case. और बोलता है कि मैं मानहानि का दावा करूंगा 1 करोड़ का. So it means that his reputation is that person's property. Now there is one more concept, that is the public property and the private property, but we will not go in detail of that. So we have to see that what is the meaning of the intellectual property. Now intellectual property again classified into 2 classes depending upon its protection or its origin. One is the industrial property and second is the literary property. In case of the industrial property, there is a patent, trademark, service marks, industrial designs, and layout designs. And in the literary property, there is a copyright, neighboring rights, performance rights, and the broadcasting rights. In the initial slide, I told you that in the mind of the people, there is a confusion. हम लोगों ने जब भी those who are not a professional one or those who have not studied this IPR, उनके मन में confusion रहता है कि कॉपीराइट किसको बोले और पेटेंट किसको बोले, और मेरा कौन सा क्रिएशन, इंटेलेक्चुअल क्रिएशन कहां पर प्रोटेक्ट होगा. तो जो इन्वेंशन जो है, that is either in the term of the product or the process, that will be protected by the patent. Then ट्रेडमार्क और सर्विस मार्क, जो हम लोग कंपनी के जो लोगोज वगैरह देखते हैं, या फिर जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन जो है, these are protected by the trademark or the service mark. Then industrial designs, हमारी जो बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्री के कुछ गुड्स होते हैं, उसके ऊपर एक डिस्टिंक्टिव डिजाइन होता है, so that is protected by the industrial designs. Then layout designs, we know that our mobiles, our computers, and PCs all are having the semiconductor or integrated circuits, so they are having their own topography, so that is also protected by the layout designs. Then literary property is there, that is related with the literature. There is a copyright for the literature, drama, musical, artistic work, computer program. So copyright protect these things, that is the literature, drama, musical and artistic work. Then one more thing is their neighboring rights. अगर कोई perform करता है, so there is a one right that is called as a performance rights. Broadcasting rights. Broadcasting right is also very important. आपने देखा होगा कि जो रामायण और महाभारत जो सीरियल्स थी in I think 1990s, it was very famous. So the broadcaster who has broadcasted that serial, so it become the right of that broadcaster. दूसरा कोई भी broadcaster उसको broadcast नहीं कर सकता है. So there is some limitation or terms. Till that time, nobody can broadcast that particular serial or particular program. In case of cricket match also, अगर cricket match के अधिकार किसी channel को दिए है, so that match will be broadcasted by that channel only, and that right will be there with that broadcasting agency for I think 50 years. What are the terms given for the broadcasting rights? So this is the I will say a small glimpse of this IPR in a short. So we will see in the detail about the IPR, but we have to see that why this IPR is important. ये IPR important क्यों है? हमको क्यों ये पढ़ना है IPR? I will say that every citizen of this country should know the IPR. हम लोग बहुत बार बोलते हैं कि हमारे कंट्री में इंटेलेक्चुअल बहुत है, लेकिन उसको अवेयरनेस नहीं है या उसको रिकॉग्निशन नहीं मिलता है. सो व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग? बिकॉज हमारा जो सोचने का जो तरीका है, दैट इज समवेयर रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. वी थिंक दैट द पर्सन हु इज अ मास्टर इन एकेडमिक्स इज अ ब्रिलियंट पर्सन, इज अ इंटेलेक्चुअल पर्सन. जिसको 10th में 90% या उससे ज्यादा मार्क्स मिलते हैं, ही इज अ इंटेलेक्चुअल पर्सन. जिसको मेडिकल में एडमिशन मिलता है, ही इज अ इंटेलेक्चुअल पर्सन. सो वी डिसाइड द इंटेलेक्चुअल ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द academic performance, but we don't see, we are not broadening our vision. If I say that Sachin Tendulkar, just now we were seen this Lata Mangeshkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Amitabh Bachchan, so all these people are legends and they have achieved more than any meritorious academic person. I am not saying that academic persons are intellectual, but those who are not performing well in academics, we cannot say that they are not intellectual. If I say Einstein, so all these are the legends. तो intellectual को हम लोगों को एक दायरे में फिट नहीं करना है. Now the person we are having, every person इस वर्ल्ड में जो भी ह्यूमन बीइंग है, एवरी पर्सन हैज हिज ओन इंटेलेक्चुअल. उसका एक एरिया है जहां पर वो मास्टर है और हमको उसको रिस्पेक्ट करना चाहिए, और उसके इंटेलेक्चुअल से जो भी क्रिएशन है उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के बारे में हमको सोचना चाहिए. एंड नॉट ओनली ही विल गेट द फाइनेंशियल और इकोनॉमिकल बेनिफिट्स, बट ही विल गेट अ नेम. सो आई विल जस्ट read some benefits. Safeguard of the individual interest, progress of the science, progress of the society, then role of the inventor is recognized, and growth of the industry. I will quote one example here. Can you imagine a life without electricity? अगर मैं बोलता हूं कि एक दिन की लाइट चली जाए, we will sustain. 2 दिन के लिए चली जाए, कैसा तो भी कर लेंगे. 3 दिन की चली जाए, so हम लोग सब छोड़ छाड़ के कुछ ना कुछ एडजस्टमेंट कर लेंगे. If power is not there, if electric supply is not there for 10 days, तो क्या होगा? हम खाना नहीं खा पाएंगे, पानी नहीं पी पाएंगे, और इन मेगा सिटीज लोग घर तक नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. अब हम ये सोचेंगे कि अगर ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का इन्वेंशन जिसने किया है, so his role must be recognized. He must get the financial benefit, because invention of the electricity and the related equipments or the accessories, these are boon to the mankind. As far as pharmaceuticals are concerned, penicillin, the antibiotic which came into the focus, the contribution made by the scientist, we must recognize. अगर उनको recognize करना है, उनको economical benefits देना है, तो we must follow the IPR. उनका creation हमको protect करना होगा, and then only the science will grow, society will get benefited, and there will be the progress. Now we will go to the next slide, that is the copyright. अब copyright हम लोग ने बहुत बार सुना है. ये फिल्म जब देखते हैं हम लोग, उसमें कॉपीराइट लिखा होता है, बुक के अंदर कॉपीराइट लिखा होता है. So many things where we came across to the copyright. So what is the meaning of the copyright? The exclusive right given by the law an author, composer to print, publish and sell copies of his original work for a certain period. Now एक exclusive right है जो creator को मिलता है, creator of a literary property. अबे copyright के अंदर क्या क्या आता है? Literature, drama, musical and the artistic work, cinema, film, sound recording and computer programs. Now you will say why it is important to have a copyright. Copyright का क्या importance है? Why we are giving such importance to copyright? See, आज के lecture में I am talking about the herbal medicines, but IPR is a broad area, so I will cover other examples also, so that you will understand properly or in a nice way. अब literature की मैं बात करता हूँ, तो literature तो हर जगह है. If I say that the Gitanjali created by this legend Rabindranath Tagore, Constitution of India created by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Then in Marathi there is one novel, कादंबरी जिसको हम बोलेंगे, मृत्युंजय by Shivaji Sawant, Yayati. So there are so many literature created by the great people, and we need to protect that. Nobody can copy that. In case of the drama, in case of the music, do you know, if you will be surprised, हम लोग जो गाने सुनते हैं, गाने सुनने के लिए हमको पैसे नहीं देना पड़ता है. If you are listening the music on your mobile, या फिर आपने कुछ गाने डाउनलोड किए, उसके लिए उसको सुनने के लिए आपको पैसे देने की जरूरत नहीं होती. Even FM पे जो हम लोग गाने सुनते हैं, whatever the songs we are listening on FM, while driving a car or while sitting in the home, for that we are not paying a money. But you will be surprised, those people who are broadcasting that songs, they have to pay a good amount of royalty to the owner of the song. हम लोग जो FM पे गाने सुनते हैं ना, तो वो FM जो ब्रॉडकास्टर है, उनको रॉयल्टी देना पड़ता है to the creator of the songs. So in this way this copyright is there. अगर हम लोग कोई गाना जो है किसी कंसर्ट में सुनते हैं, या किसी कंसर्ट में वो गाना प्रेजेंट किया जाता है या सुनाया जाता है, which is financed one, और जिसमें इकोनॉमिक्स बेनिफिट्स है to that concert organizer, so that concert organizer has to pay royalty for that songs which he is going to play. Then cinema films है, cinema films में भी copyright होता है. Sound recordings, most important is the computer program. अब हमने we all are having the computers, or most of the time when we purchase the computer, we purchase only the hardware. The program which is running, that is a Microsoft or whatever the programs which are running in our computer, most of the time they are not original, they are pirated, and in that way we are infringing the copyright. So we cannot use the copy as it is of another person for publication or for any way without his authorization. Now we have to see that who is the creator of the work, जिसको हम लोग बोलेंगे कि जो कॉपीराइट के अंदर जो भी वर्क आता है, सो उसके क्रिएटर को हम लोग क्या बोल सकते हैं. सो फॉर लिटरेरी एंड ड्रामा ही इज ऑथर, म्यूजिकल वर्क कंपोजर, सिनेमा प्रोड्यूसर, sound recording producer, photographer, and artistic work artist. So these are the creator. Now the one question comes in mind: if a person has created any creation under the employment of somebody else, and if he's paid for that creation, then that copyright goes to the employer. Now we have to see that what kind of the rights are there for the copyright owner. Copyright owner को किस तरह के rights मिलते हैं? So first right is that to reproduce the work. वो reproduce कर सकता है खुद के work को. Issue the copies of the work. That work can be performed in the public. Cinema can be made or sound recording can be made. He can translate the work. अगर कोई किताब है उसको अलग language में translate कर सकता है. He can do the adaptation of the work. अगर कोई किताब लिखी है तो उसके ऊपर वो सिनेमा में या फिर कोई मूवी बना सकता है. So all these rights goes to the copyright holders, and these rights are called as the economic rights, जिससे हमको economical benefit मिलेगा. Then next is the moral rights. It is very important. Sometimes people do not want money. लोगों के पास में पैसा बहुत होता है. अगर पैसा नहीं भी रहा तो moral rights are very important. First is the right of paternity and right of integrity. Right of paternity means to claim the authorship. अगर मेरा किताब है तो मेरे नाम से वो मार्केट में रहना चाहिए. अगर कोई और आदमी उसका खुद के नाम से बेच रहा है, so it affects his paternity, authorship. So in that case, the right of paternity is very important. Then next is the right of integrity. राइट ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी का मतलब ये होता है कि जैसे मैंने कुछ किताब लिखी है तो उसमें किसी ने कुछ चेंजेस नहीं करने चाहिए, डिस्टॉर्शन, म्यूटिलेशन, अल्टरेशन. अगर मेरे नाम से अगर कोई किताब है तो उसी पैटर्न में वो रहनी चाहिए, उसकी इंटीग्रिटी वैसी ही रहनी चाहिए. देयर शुड नॉट बी चेंजेस. सो दीज आर द मॉरल राइट्स व्हिच द कॉपीराइट होल्डर इज हैविंग. नाउ यू विल से दैट व्हाट आर द एसेंशियल कंडीशंस. अब कॉपीराइट अगर मुझे चाहिए तो उसकी एसेंशियल कंडीशंस क्या है? The first thing is that it should be original, and most important is that the difference between the copyright and the patent. The copyright protects the expression of the ideas and not the ideas themselves. अब मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. For example, we are having many movies on our legend भगत सिंह. भगत सिंह जी के ऊपर बहुत सारी मूवीज है. तो क्या जिसने पहली मूवी बनाई वो उसका अधिकार हो गया, बाकी लोग मूवी नहीं बनाएंगे? Yes, definitely they can make the movie, but those people who are making the movie, they have to see that they should not copy that movie. इसका मतलब होता है कि वैसे की वैसी वो कॉपी नहीं होना चाहिए. Now in case of the movies there are many variations are there. हमारे एक्टर्स चेंज हो जाते हैं, सॉन्ग चेंज होता है, बैकग्राउंड चेंज हो जाता है. सो दैट विल नॉट कम अंडर द कॉपीराइट. अभी भगत सिंह जी जो है उनके ऊपर कोई भी मूवीज बना सकता है, लेकिन उसका खुद का एक्सप्रेशन होना चाहिए. सो द मेकिंग ऑफ द मूवीज ऑन भगत सिंह जी इज एन आइडिया, सो दैट कैन नॉट बी प्रोटेक्टेड, बट द एक्सप्रेशन विल बी प्रोटेक्टेड. अब जैसे मैंने फार्माकोग्नोसी के ऊपर अगर मैं कुछ किताब बनाता हूँ तो there are lot many books in the market on pharmacognosy, but it doesn't mean that I am prevented from making the book on pharmacognosy. Yes, definitely I can make a book, लेकिन मुझे जो established book है उसको उसी तरह से कॉपी नहीं करना है. अब इसमें फार्माकोग्नोसी की डेफिनेशन चेंज नहीं होगी, फार्माकोग्नोसी की डेफिनेशन वही रहेगी, बट ओवरऑल जो बुक है उसमें जो मैंने लिखा है वो किसी का कॉपी नहीं किया होना करना चाहिए, एज इट इज. The next thing is this non-registration does not affect the copyright. देखो कॉपीराइट अगर हमको चाहिए तो हमको रजिस्ट्रेशन करना पड़ता है. After that we get a copyright, but it is not mandatory. Once our work come into the existence, on that moment only the copyright exists. लेकिन इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि हमने जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने कुछ किताब लिखी है और वो मार्केट में मैंने आ गई है, लेकिन उसका कॉपीराइट नहीं लिया है. आई हैव नॉट रजिस्टर्ड टू कॉपीराइट ऑफिस, एंड उसके तुरंत 2 दिन के बाद में उसी वही बुक किसी और ने अपने नाम से छाप दी है. तो अगर मैं कंप्लेंट करता हूं तो मुझे ये प्रूव करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है कि इसके जो अदर कैंडिडेट है उसके एक दिन पहले मेरी बुक मार्केट में आई थी. अगर मैं कॉपीराइट ऑफिस में रजिस्ट्रेशन करता हूं तो उसके रजिस्ट्रेशन में डेट, टाइम, एवरीथिंग विल बी मेंशन, एंड दैट विल बी प्रूफ विथ मी, एंड आई कैन सू द अनदर पर्सन हु हैज वायलेटेड द कॉपीराइट. अब इसमें कॉपीराइट के लिए वी मस्ट हैव ओरिजिनल स्किन एंड लेबर. No copyright in a copy of any other work, then it is derived from the statute. We are having the symbol C encircled. Copyright दोनों के लिए है, published work और unpublished work के लिए. और जैसे मैंने बताया कि copyright will come into the existence as soon as the work is created. Now, what is the term of the copyright? Now, it is a 60 years from the death of the author in case of the literature, drama, musical and artistic work. मतलब जब तक author जीवित है and तब तक तो रहेगा, लेकिन after his death for 60 years this copyright will be there for literature, drama, musical and artistic work. And 60 years from the date of publication for photographs, cinema, film, sound recording, posthumous publication and works of the government and international organization. Posthumous publication का मतलब होता है after the death of that particular person the work has been published. So in that case also 60 years are there. Then how we can go for the registration of the copyright? First is the filing an application, examination and the registration. So the details are given. We are filing a application. Then we get a diary number. Then we have to wait for the 30 days for any objection. Then if there is no objection, the scrutinizer will examine. If there is any discrepancy, then that will be communicated. And if no discrepancy is there, find out by the examiner, then application is accepted and registration is given as approved. If any objection is there, then that letter is sent to the writer and there will be the hearing. And as per the decision of the hearing, the application will be accepted or rejected. If it is rejected, then also the applicant can go for the higher authority for his say. And after the decision of this higher authority in a legal, it will be accepted or rejected. If it is accepted, then the copyright registration will be there. Now, infringement of the copyright. Copyright की infringement को हम किस तरह से देखते हैं? Making infringing copies for the sale or hire. For example, फार्माकोग्नोसी की बुक है, गुकले कोकाटी की, मैंने उसको जेरोक्स किया है और उसको बेचने का काम चालू कर दिया. So that will be the infringement. Permitting any place where performance constitutes infringement of the copyright. मैंने जैसे आपको बताया, कोई कंसर्ट है, म्यूजिकल कंसर्ट है, जहां पर साउंड रिकॉर्डिंग्स विल बी देयर, या साउंड रिकॉर्डिंग्स मतलब कुछ गाने प्ले किए जाएंगे which is already recorded and which is having an economical significance. So that place doing an infringement. Distributing infringing copies for the purpose of the trade. Most of the time we get movies from some distributors. कोई मूवीज मार्केट में आती है तो हमारे लोकल एरिया में कोई ना कोई रहता है जो हमारे मोबाइल पे वो मूवीज दे देता है. So that is also not allowed. Then public exhibition of the infringing copies by the way of trade and importation of the infringing copies. So all this comes under the copyright infringement. Now there are remedies. Now this is the law part. We will not go in much detail of this, but there is a civil remedy, criminal remedy and administrative remedy. सिविल रेमेडी का मतलब ये होता है कि इसमें हमको जितना हमारा लॉस हुआ है उसको हम रिकवर कर सकते हैं बाय डिफरेंट वेज. देयर आर द वेज बाय व्हिच वी कैन रिकवर आवर लॉस. देन क्रिमिनल्स वे प्रोसीडिंग इज देयर where there can be a fine and imprisonment for the offender, and administrative remedies are also there to the administrative mechanisms. They can confiscate the copies and many more things they can do. So these are the remedies for the copyright infringement. Now, what is the benefits of the copyright? The first thing which I told you, that it makes the record. हमारा record बन जाता है अगर हम लोग copyright लेते हैं तो. Then we can enable to file a lawsuit, to take a legal action against the infringer. Then definitely we get the economic benefits. Then allowed to sell or pass the right of work. Then we are having a legal evidence of the ownership, and we are allowed to change the form of the work. See, on most of the books, movies are created. So the copyright owner जो है, he can allow for the change the form of the work. Now there are certain limitations also. The limitation is that it is applicable for the dichotomy. अगर कोई वैसे के वैसा छापता है तो ही वो कॉपीराइट के अंदर आएगा. लेकिन अगर वो अपने वर्ड्स पे, अपने एक्सप्रेशन में अगर उसको प्रोड्यूस करता है तो कॉपीराइट के अंदर नहीं आएगा. It means that it protects only the expression of the ideas. Then for the first sale of the copies, this copyright is applicable. If, for example, I purchased the book, then the copyright existed on that level. लेकिन अगर मैं वही बुक जो मेरे पास में already I purchased, I paid for that, अगर मैं किसी को दे देता हूँ या फिर बेचता हूँ तो उस टाइम पे कॉपीराइट नहीं रहेगा. Then some government's works are exempted. That is the act of legislature, report of some commission, judgment copy of the court or tribunals. So that do not come under the copyright. Limitations of the copyright: fair use and fair dealing. जिसको define करना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. The purpose of the research and private study, for learning and teaching in a classroom, criticism of overview, reporting current events, connection with judicial proceedings, performance to non-paying audience. So these are the limitations where copyright do not applies. जैसे अगर मैं क्लासरूम में टीच कर रहा हूँ और किसी बुक का मैं आधार ले रहा हूँ, so that will not come under the copyright. अगर मैंने किसी किताब का स्टाजा लिया है और उसको क्रिटिसाइज कर रहा हूँ, so that will not come under the copyright. बहुत बार रिपोर्टर्स हमारे न्यूज चैनल में रिपोर्ट करते हैं किसी चीज को, so that will not come under the copyright. अगर मैं परफॉर्म करता हूँ नॉन पेइंग ऑडियंस के सामने, so that will not come under the copyright. Now copyright in the herbal medicines. See, this copyright is applicable everywhere, not only in herbal medicine but all the pharmaceutical medicines. अगर हम लोग बात करेंगे कॉपीराइट की, तो रिसर्च जो चालू होगा वो कॉपीराइट के थ्रू ही चालू होगा. देखो, हमारा रिसर्च चालू होता है जब हम लोग लिटरेचर सर्वे करते हैं, एंड देन वी प्रोसीड फॉर द इन्वेंशन. लेकिन जब हम लोग लिटरेचर सर्वे करते हैं, देन कुछ लिखते हैं, पेपर पब्लिश करते हैं, रिसर्च आर्टिकल लिखते हैं, रिव्यू आर्टिकल लिखते हैं, so in that case we have to take a care that it should not fall under the copyright. It should be made by our own efforts. So how it is applicable, that we will see in pharmaceuticals and herbal medicines. So it includes specific text matters, advertisement materials, documentaries, product promotion, literature, clinical trials, reports, books, and training manuals. So all this comes under the copyright. Then there are the legal matters in pharmaceuticals for new drugs, where the published data of the new drug belongs to the innovator and cannot be cited by the generic applicant. So generic जो applicant है generic drug का, वो innovators का data वैसे के वैसा नहीं ले सकता. I will explain this in the next slide. We know that data management is very important. Nowadays, data is a very important thing. हमारा जो मोबाइल का डाटा है, आधार कार्ड का डाटा है, ये डाटा मैनेजमेंट इज आल्सो प्रोटेक्टेड बाय द कॉपीराइट. In the pharmaceuticals, the copyright issues arises in the context of the monograph, product monograph. जो प्रोडक्ट का मोनोग्राफ लिखा जाता है, तो वहां पर कॉपीराइट आता है. Now जो रूटीन एक्टिविटीज रहती है फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्रीज की इन एम्प्लॉइज, that is the providing the copyrighted material both internally to colleagues and externally to customers. That issues is there. Most of the time, industry do not go thoroughly in the material which is they are supplying to their employee or customers. So if it is a copy of the another product as it is, then it will come under the copyright. Then copyright protection can only be achieved for labels if sometimes something is added to the labels which is created and which is beyond the FDA requirement. अब हम लोग देखते हैं कि कॉपीराइट जो है वो लेबल को भी आ जाता है. अगर हमारे ड्रग्स जो रहते हैं, the medicines which are available in the market, they are having some labels, and that labels comes under the copyright. But when it will come under the copyright, there are certain things which are beyond the limitation of the FDA. अभी FDA क्या कहता है कि there is a format and in that format the label should be there. लेबल में क्या क्या रहना चाहिए वो FDA ने बिल्कुल स्पेसिफाई किया है. तो दो जो प्रोडक्ट्स है डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री के, उसके लेबल सेम ही रहेंगे, तो उसमें कॉपीराइट नहीं होगा. लेकिन अगर FDA के रिक्वायरमेंट के आगे जाके अगर किसी ने उसमें कुछ लिखा है which is not a requirement of the FDA, but he has given in his label for marketing purpose or for some other purpose, then that will come under the copyright अगर कोई उसको चोरी करता है. Now we'll see the generic label का मतलब क्या होता है. generic labeling, it is a copying of the branded label, which I told you that it is not a copyright infringement because FDA has made it compulsory. So approval of the generic drugs does not impede on the copyright law. Before generic drug come into the market, manufacturer must submit an A&D application to the FDA. So when it is a requirement of the FDA, then generic manufacturer and innovator will have the same label. Now there was one case regarding this. One case study I will present you. There is one product that is the Nicorette. That is this product is used those who wish to quit their smoking. We know that it is very difficult to quit the smoking. The people get habitual. So the pharmaceutical company, that is the SmithKline, has introduced the product that is Nicorette in a market that is OTC product. And there is one company that is Watson. They also introduced some product in the market, and both the company was having the same labels. So SmithKline has sued the this Watson that they cannot copy the SmithKline labeling conditions or the labels. But the court has given the order, or court has given the judgment that Watson has done the things which is required as per the FDA rules. So hence it cannot come under the copyright. But anything which is done beyond the FDA requirement, then that will be definitely prevented or can be sued. So I hope you understood the copyright. Now next part is the patent. This is the important topic. Patent is very important, and we many times come across of this topic, that is the patent. Now we have to see that what is the meaning of the patent. इसमें बहुत सारी डिटेल्स है जो हमको आज देखेंगे और आई विल प्रेजेंट. पेटेंट का मतलब क्या होता है? मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स layman also say ये क्या तुम्हारा पेटेंट है क्या? तो इससे तो एक बात पता चलती है कि इट गिव्स द मोनोपोली और इट गिव्स द some kind of the exclusive rights. Now, patents are the exclusive protection for the limited period of the time granted by the state to the inventors who disclose the invention to the state. Patent का मतलब ये होता है कि the law of the state. Now, state means it is not restricted to the Maharashtra likewise. यहाँ पर state का मतलब होता है nation. So, the individual nation inventor को एक राइट देता है लिमिटेड पीरियड ऑफ द टाइम. इन इंडिया वी आर हैविंग 20 years टाइम फॉर अ पेटेंट. 20 साल के लिए उसके पास में मोनोपोली रहेगा उस प्रोडक्ट और प्रोसेस के लिए जो चीज, जो प्रोडक्ट और जो प्रोसेस उसने इन्वेंट किया है. बट द थिंग इज दैट ही हैज टू डिस्क्लोज हिज इन्वेंशन. हमारा लॉ किसी आदमी को, किसी पर्सन को, किसी फर्म को, किसी एंटाइटी को एक मोनोपोली अधिकार दे देगा 20 साल के लिए. बट रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है? ही हैज टू डिस्क्लोज हिज इन्वेंशन. नाउ वी हैव टू सी दैट द पेटेंट इज फॉर द invention and the invention will be in the two form, that is the product patent and the process patent. That means a product or the process, and it is valid for the 20 years. Now we have to see that what are the features of the patent. A patent अगर मुझे करना है, मुझे पेटेंट चाहिए, तो उसके लिए बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, बेसिक फीचर्स क्या है. तो फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट इट इज फॉर द इन्वेंशन एंड नॉट फॉर द डिस्कवरी. ये डिस्कवरी के लिए नहीं है. इन्वेंशन और डिस्कवरी में डिफरेंस ये है कि इन्वेंशन जो है इट इज अ novel thing which was not existing earlier, and discovery is such a thing which was existing earlier and that we found. जैसे वास्को द गामा जिसने लैंड डिस्कवर किया है, या अगर हम लोग फॉरेस्ट में जाते हैं और अगर हम लोगों को वहां पर कोई प्लांट मिलता है जो लोगों को मालूम नहीं था, so that will be a discovery. So that will be not an invention. And patent is given for the invention, not for the discovery. Then one single patent for the one single invention. एक invention के लिए सिर्फ एक ही patent मिलेगा. And again, it is for the substance or the process. Now, what are the essential requirements of this patent? It should be an invention, which I told you. अब इन्वेंशन किस तरह का रहना चाहिए? इट शुड बी नॉवेल. देन देयर शुड बी अ इन्वेंटिव स्टेक, और इट शुड बी नॉन ऑब्वियस, एंड इट शुड बी यूजफुल. दैट मीन्स इट शुड बी इंडस्ट्रियली applicable. These are the three characteristics which are required for the patent, and these are very important. मैं आपको यहाँ पर एक बात बता दूं कि पेटेंट करना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, बट हमारे इंडिया में पेटेंट के जो रूल्स है, पेटेंट का जो आई विल से दैट द क्राइटेरिया विच इज डिजाइन्ड बाय आवर पेटेंट ऑफिस, इट इज क्रिटिकली ऑब्जर्व्ड, एंड पेटेंट ऑफिस ट्राइज नॉट टू गिव द पेटेंट. क्योंकि क्या है ना, पेटेंट देने का मतलब होता है कि आपको मोनोपोली देना है, एंड आवर नेशन डू नॉट वांट टू गिव मोनोपोली टू एनीबडी. The second motive or second objective is that the monopoly should not be given to the fake invention. So, whenever we are filing invention for a patent, we must be very careful. Now, यहाँ पर जो चीज मैंने बताई है, that means it should be industrially applicable. उसको industrial application रहना चाहिए. Now, what is the meaning of invention? Invention is such a thing that it is different from the discovery, which is not earlier published, not anticipated by the publication. It is not observed in any document. It was not existing in the world before the invention come into the existence. It was not in a public domain. तो उसको हम लोग इन्वेंशन बोलेंगे. इट इज टोटली अ न्यू वन which was not existing earlier before. Now we have to see the inventive step. What is the meaning of the inventive step? Inventive step means a technical advancement in the existing knowledge. अगर मैंने पुराना जो है उसमें अगर कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन किया है और उसमें काफी सारा एडवांसमेंट हुआ है तो उसको हम लोग इन्वेंटिव स्टेप बोलेंगे. बट दिस इन्वेंटिव स्टेप का मतलब ये नहीं कि इट वाज ऑब्वियस, सो इट शुड नॉट बी ऑब्वियस, दैट वी कॉल इट एज नॉन ऑब्वियस. अब नॉन ऑब्वियस का मतलब ये होता है a person skilled in that art should not do easily that thing. That is called as the non-obvious. So inventive step and invention, these are the definitions that I think I hope that you understood. Inventive step का मतलब बिल्कुल simple है, technical advancement in a existing knowledge, but that technical advancement should not be obvious, it should be non-obvious. Now when we are going for filing a patent, we know that I am having a invention which is either in a form of product or the process, which is a novel, which is having inventive step, which is non-obvious, and having a application. But there are certain things which restricts our patent. Certain criteria or certain rules are given. Certain things are given in section 3 and section 4 of the Patent Act 1970. So invention which is frivolous, invention which is contrary to public order or morality. अब इसका मतलब क्या हुआ है कि अगर कोई इन्वेंशन, अगर इन्वेंटर बोलता है कि मेरा जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है which is having a efficiency more than 100%. Now we know that it is a fake like thing. किसी भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स की efficiency more than 100% हो नहीं सकती. If somebody is saying that my instrument is giving the output without having any input, so it cannot be patented. Without input, how the instruments will have output? Then anything which is contrary to the public order, if anybody makes a medicine to kill the human being, to kill the animals, or any medicines which will cause pain in the human being or animals, so it is contrary to public order. Any device for breaking the house, so this will not be patented. Then mere discovery of the scientific principle. देखो, this is very important. ना? साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल को हम लोग पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते. अगर ग्रेविटी है, ग्रेविटी का जो इनमें जो डिस्कवरी हुआ है उसको पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज द ग्रेविटी इज ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग. इन फार्माकोलॉजी there are so many mechanisms which we are not knowing, and some scientists tries to find out the mechanism how these things are happening. If a reason is found behind the increase in the blood pressure, the reason is found why there is a increase in the level of the sugar, so that is a scientific principle or the process which is existing in the human body, and that process cannot be patented, or any scientific principle cannot be patented. But on the basis of that scientific principle, if somebody makes the use of that scientific principle for making any making any product or the process, then that will be patented. Then section 3D, that is the mere discovery of the new form of the known substance which does not result in the enhancement of the known efficacy. This I will discuss. This is very important from the pharmaceutical point of view. Then substance obtained by the mere admixture resulting only in the aggregation of the properties. For example, दो सब्सटेंस को मिला के जो भी एग्रीगेशन ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टीज होता है उसको पेटेंट नहीं करेंगे. अगर कोई कंपोजिशन है मेरे पास में, द ड्रग ए विच इज एंटीपायरेटिक एंड ड्रग बी विच इज एंटी कोल्ड, और मैंने दोनों को मिला दिया, ड्रग ए प्लस बी, और मैंने बोल दिया कि ये नॉवेल कंपोजिशन है जो फीवर में और कोल्ड में काम करेगा, सो दिस विल नॉट बी पेटेंटेड. देन arrangement and rearrangement of the और डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ द नोन डिवाइस। मेरे पास में लैपटॉप है जिसमें डीवीडी प्लेयर भी है जो मेरे लैपटॉप के राइट साइड में है और किसी और ने बना दिया लेफ्ट साइड में, सो दैट विल नॉट बी पेटेंटेड। देन मेथड ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, मेथड ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर नॉट पेटेंटेड। देन प्रोसेस ऑफ मेडिकल, सर्जिकल, क्यूरेटिव और प्रोफिलैक्टिक मेथड्स दे आर नॉट पेटेंटेड बिकॉज सर्जरी मेथड विल नॉट बी पेटेंटेड, क्योंकि सर्जरी की मेथड अगर किसी ने डेवलप किया है तो वही आदमी कर सकता है if we get a patent, so others cannot do, so these methods are not patented। then कोई plants और animal existing है उसको हम लोग पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते। then mathematical और business method है उसको पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि पता है कि 5 + 5 will be the 10, but if somebody is saying that 7 + 3 is a 10 and that should be patented, no, it will not be patented। then literature, drama, musical and the artistic work, they are not patented because they comes under the copyright। then method of performing a mental art, presentation of the information, they are not patented। topography of the integrated circuit, this is a very important topic। we know that whatever the appliances, electronic appliances which we are using, they are having the integrated circuits, and most of the integrated circuits are imported in India। we are making the instruments, but making an integrated circuit is a very difficult or challenging work, and they are protected but not by patent। there is some other criteria or other ways there, that is the Design Act, and through which the topography of the integrated circuit is protected। and definitely invention which is because of the traditional knowledge, that will be not be protected। fortunately our government of India has created a traditional knowledge digital library। one library is created where a traditional knowledge is documented। the reason I will tell you later on। now just now I told you that section 3D क्यों important है? section 3D is important because some industries tries to evergreening of the patent। बहुत बार क्या होता है कि कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज रहती है, उनका प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आ जाता है, उनका प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आने के बाद में what they do, they enjoy the monopoly of their product for 20 years, और 20 साल खत्म होने से पहले ही उस प्रोडक्ट में कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन करते हैं, and again they go for the patenting of the modified product, and again they enjoy the monopoly for further period of the time। so for that this section 3D is made। now there is one case study I will show you, or I will explain you। one Novartis company is there, and which is having the product that is the Gleevec, which is anti-cancer drug, and the molecule is the imatinib mesylate। now this was already existing in the market, this Gleevec। now they were trying to get the patent in India, and they tried to patent the new form of this Gleevec, otherwise this imatinib mesylate, which was already existing, that was the beta crystalline form। इस बीटा क्रिस्टलाइन फॉर्म का उन्होंने पेटेंट करने की कोशिश किया, and that patent was rejected। why that patent was rejected, that I will tell you। while filing a patent, this Novartis has claimed that the beta crystalline form जो है इस Gleevec का या imatinib का, it is having a beneficial flow property, improved thermodynamic stability, low hygroscopicity, improved bioavailability, and that's why this new form of the imatinib beta crystalline form should get patented। but Supreme Court has given the judgment in this case। this case goes to Supreme Court। there are many levels, that is the first level is the Controller General, then IPAB, High Court and Supreme Court। so Supreme Court has given the judgment that if the modified form gives enhancement in a therapeutic efficacy, then and then this product will be patented। in this case the physical properties are improved। the company is claiming that the bioavailability is increased. But increase in the bioavailability is not resulted in a therapeutic efficacy. And this Novartis failed to show enhancement in the therapeutic efficacy. And that's why Supreme Court has taken the decision or given the decision that if there is not an increase in the efficacy, then that drug will not be patented. So most of the times, many industries makes the existing product in a new form. मतलब वही पुराना प्रोडक्ट है जिसको नए कपड़े पहना के फिर मार्केट में लाया है. That is a salt, ester, polymers, metabolites, particle size, isomers. So many changes are made, but if they are not giving or enhancing the efficacy, then that will not be patented. Yeah, definitely. If it is a derivative, combinations, isomers, and if it is resulting in the enhancement of the efficacy, then definitely it will be protected. So that was the landmark decision in the taken by the Indian Patent Office. And I will tell you that patent के लिए international pressure रहता है. I will tell you in many countries, pharmaceutical lobby is having a good hold in their government, and the pharmaceutical lobby is very strong. And this Novartis has tried a lot to get the patent for this drug, but our judiciary system taken a firm decision, and they have prevented such evergreening of the patent. Now we have to see that what kind of the rights that patent holder will have. हम लोग पेटेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन पेटेंट के लिए what will be the rights? The rights will be making. अगर किसी के पास में पेटेंट है for the product, then he will have the sole right, exclusive right for making that product, using that product, offering for sale, selling, or import of that product in India. If it is a process, then that right for the patent holder will be the using that process, offering for that product which is made by that process, selling of the product which is made by that process, importing of that product which is made by that process. So these are the rights for the patent holder with respect to the process patent. Now we have to see that which are the different offices in India for the patent administration. Now Kolkata is the head office, and other offices are in Mumbai, Delhi, and Chennai. Now these offices are related with some territories. If I say about the Mumbai, then the people staying in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Chhattisgarh, Diu, Daman, Dadra, and Nagar Haveli, if they want to file a patent, then they have to approach to the Mumbai office. Same thing with the Delhi. The territories attached with the Delhi, they will apply to the Delhi, then Chennai and Kolkata. Now we have to see this type of patent application. अब लोग हम थोड़ा सा पेटेंट किस तरह से किया जाता है उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा वर्कआउट करेंगे. When we are going for the patent application, अगर हमको पेटेंट करना है तो हमको पता रहना चाहिए कि which kind of the application I have to file. हमको पेटेंट करना है तो एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ेगा, और एप्लीकेशन करना है तो किस तरह का एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ेगा. Now types of the patent application, first is the ordinary application. Now ordinary application का मतलब होता है this application is done for a patent only in India. Now one concept I will tell you that अगर हमको पेटेंट करना है तो हमको हर एक कंट्री में उसको प्रोटेक्शन लेना पड़ेगा. अगर मुझे इंडिया में एप्लीकेशन करना है तो मुझे इंडिया में एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ेगा. अगर मुझे पेटेंट यूएस में चाहिए, यूके में चाहिए, जापान में चाहिए, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में चाहिए, तो उस हर कंट्री में आई हैव टू गो फॉर फाइलिंग अ पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन. देयर इज नो इंटरनेशनल पेटेंट. इसका मतलब अगर मैंने इंटरनेशनल एप्लीकेशन फाइल किया है और पूरे दुनिया में मुझे पेटेंट मिलेगा, तो ऐसा नहीं होता है. द सिंगल एप्लीकेशन विल नॉट गिव यू अ पेटेंट फॉर अ थ्रू आउट वर्ल्ड. तो ये जो ऑर्डिनरी एप्लीकेशन जो हम लोग बोलते हैं, उसमें हमको जो प्रोटेक्शन मिलेगा, दैट विल बी फॉर अवर कंट्री ओनली, फॉर अवर नेशन, दैट इज इंडिया. देन नेक्स्ट इज द कन्वेंशन एप्लीकेशन. कन्वेंशन एप्लीकेशन का मतलब होता है कि वी कैन फाइल अ एप्लीकेशन इन अ कन्वेंशन कंट्री। अब कन्वेंशन कंट्री का मतलब ये होता है, देयर इज अ पेरिस कन्वेंशन। पेरिस कन्वेंशन में इंडिया वाज आल्सो वन ऑफ द सिग्नेटरी एंड सम अदर कंट्रीज आल्सो देयर। तो उस कन्वेंशन में जितने भी कंट्रीज मेंबर्स थे, उन हर एक कंट्री में हम लोग कन्वेंशन एप्लीकेशन के द्वारा सभी कंट्री में हम लोग पेटेंट की एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकते हैं। जैसे मुझे यूएस में पेटेंट की एप्लीकेशन फाइल करना है, सो आई विल हैव अ कन्वेंशन एप्लीकेशन इन यूएस। उसके बाद में मुझे लगा कि नहीं नहीं, मुझे इंडिया में भी करना है, या फिर जापान में करना है, या फिर फ्रांस में करना है, यूके में करना है, तो विद इन ए पीरियड ऑफ 12 मंथ्स मुझे हर कंट्री में एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ेगा एंड इट विल नॉट अफेक्ट द प्रायोरिटी डेट। अब प्रायोरिटी डेट का मतलब ये होता है जिस दिन मैंने पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन किया है। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, प्रायोरिटी डेट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाइल फाइलिंग एप्लीकेशन। ये इसलिए है कि अगर मैं आज इंडिया में बैठ के कोई इन्वेंशन कर रहा हूं या इन्वेंशन फाइल कर रहा हूं, द सेम थिंग्स और सेम काइंड ऑफ इन्वेंशन माइट हैव बीन डन इन यूएस, यूके और सम पार्ट ऑफ एनी कंट्री। किसी दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में वही काम चल रहा होगा, और वो दैट पर्सन may file a patent application in his country or some another country. If I file a patent today on 9 February at 12:15 and somebody else has filed a patent application on the same date 9 February for at the time of the 12:20, तो 5 मिनट के कारण मेरा एप्लीकेशन will get a priority and his patent application will not be there or it will not be granted. So that's why when we are filing a patent, that is called as the priority date, and ये priority date change नहीं होती है। अगर मैं कन्वेंशन कंट्री में अगर मेरा पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन फाइल करता हूँ यूएस में और आई एम गेटिंग ए 12 मंथ्स पीरियड, उस 12 मंथ्स पीरियड के अंदर इफ आई एम फाइलिंग एप्लीकेशन इन इंडिया, तो मेरी प्रायोरिटी डेट वही रहेगी। फॉर एग्जांपल ऑन 9 February I have filed a patent application in US, and after June, July, after 4 months I have filed the patent application in India. लेकिन मेरी जो प्रायोरिटी डेट जो रहेगी, that will be the 9 February which I filed in the US. Then PCT international application. PCT international application means first we have seen the convention application, then PCT application, international application. PCT means patent cooperation treaty, which comes under the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. Now this PCT again have some member countries. India is also the one of the member, and this PCT office is there in India also. अगर मुझे PCT countries में application file करना है, again US, Japan, UK, all these are the member countries of PCT, तो मैं PCT में जाऊंगा और PCT application करूंगा UK में, and I will get the priority date as a PCT application. उसके बाद में मैं हर एक कंट्रीज में मेरी एप्लीकेशन कर सकता हूं विद इन अ पीरियड ऑफ 30 मंथ्स। कन्वेंशन एप्लीकेशन में मुझे 12 मंथ्स का पीरियड था, पीसीटी में मुझे 30 मंथ्स का पीरियड मिल रहा है। देन नेक्स्ट इज द पीसीटी नेशनल फेज एप्लीकेशन। पीसीटी नेशनल फेज एप्लीकेशन का मतलब होता है कि आफ्टर फाइलिंग पीसीटी एप्लीकेशन इन द इंटरनेशनल फेज, I am filing application in India also, but I should file application in India within a period of the 30 months. Now, one thing I will like to tell you here, पेटेंट का एप्लीकेशन उसी कंट्री में करना चाहिए जहां पे आपका जो प्रोडक्ट या प्रोसेस है, जिसको वहां पे कमर्शियल बेनिफिट मिलेगा। सी, जो इनोवेटर्स रहते ना, वो हर कंट्री में पेटेंट फाइल नहीं करते, वो उसी कंट्री में पेटेंट फाइल करते जहां पर उसका कमर्शियल यूज होगा, कमर्शियली इट विल बी वायबल। सो दैट इज कंसिडर्ड व्हाइल फाइलिंग अ पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन। देन पेटेंट ऑफ एडिशन एप्लीकेशन। पेटेंट ऑफ एडिशन एप्लीकेशन का मतलब होता है कि मैंने पेटेंट फाइल किया है एंड पेटेंट ग्रांट होने के बाद में या फिर पेटेंट प्रोसेस के थ्रू मुझे पता चला है कि I have need some modification, कुछ इंप्रूवमेंट हुआ है मेरे पेटेंट में, so that I can add to that. लेकिन इसमें जो एडिशन रहेगा उसकी प्रायोरिटी डेट वही रहेगी ऑफ अ पेरेंट एप्लीकेशन. देन डिविजनल एप्लीकेशन. डिविजनल एप्लीकेशन का मतलब ये होता है, ऑलरेडी वी सेड दैट वन पेटेंट फॉर वन सिंगल इन्वेंशन, but by mistake if we have filed application which is consisting of the two invention, then we have to go for the division. हमको उसको divide करना पड़ेगा. But in this case also, while doing a division, priority date will remain the same. Now, how we can apply for the patent? Now, there are certain forms are there. That is a form 1 along with the covering letter, and that is the application form for the patent. That is form 1. Then form 2 is there, in which we have to give the specification, that is complete or provisional. अब जो ऑर्डिनरी एप्लीकेशन रहता है उसमें दो चीजें रहती है. दैट इज अ कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन, मतलब हमारा रिसर्च वर्क पूरा खत्म हो चुका है और उसको हमको पेटेंट करना है, तो हमारा सब डाटा रेडी है और हमने सबमिट कर दिया. कभी कभी क्या हो जाता है कि वी आर हैविंग आइडिया इन आवर माइंड, लेकिन हमें डर है, वी आर वरीड दैट सेम आइडिया कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड बाय समबडी एल्स. तो मैं क्या करता हूं कि मेरा रिसर्च खत्म होने से पहले आई एम फाइलिंग अ प्रोविजनल एप्लीकेशन. सो आई विल गिव few details, introduction or background, and how this invention is going to work, that I will give. So I will get a provisional application that I will file, but within a period of 12 months, I have to give all the complete specifications. Then we have to prepare abstract of the invention. हम लोग जैसे research paper में abstract बनाते हैं ना, in the same way we have to make abstract. Then statement and undertaking in the form 3, then declaration of the inventorship in a form 5. then अगर हमारे पास में कोई attorney है, जो कोई patent agent है जो हमको help कर रहा है, that power of attorney is to be given, and some fees are there which is to be paid while filing a patent application. Now I told you that there is a provisional application. Provisional application में मैंने जैसे बताया कि हमारी जो आइडिया है वो हम लोग पब्लिश कर रहे हैं, एंड उसमें हमको हमारा रिसर्च वर्क पूरा नहीं हुआ है. सो इन दैट केस इट विल हैव अ टाइटल, देन रिटन डिस्क्रिप्शन, इफ ड्राइंग इज देयर और सैंपल इज देयर, दैट वी विल गिव अलोंग विद द प्रोविजनल स्पेसिफिकेशन एप्लीकेशन. अब इसमें एडवांटेज क्या है कि हमको प्रायोरिटी मिल जाती है. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर उसी तरह का इन्वेंशन कोई और मुझसे पहले अगर पब्लिश करता है तो मुझे पेटेंट नहीं मिलेगा. देन आई गेट सम टाइम्स फॉर द फर्दर डेवलपमेंट, देन डिस्क्लोज टू द इंटरेस्टेड पर्सन फ्रॉम विच आई कैन गेट अ फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट. अब क्या होता है ना कि प्रोविजनल एप्लीकेशन हम लोग जब करते हैं तो आई कैन शो सम पीपल, सम इंडस्ट्री दैट आई एम डूइंग दिस वर्क, सो कैन आई गेट सम फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट. So that is also that possibility can be explored in terms of the commercial feasibility. और अगर मुझे लगता है कि यार मुझे कोई फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट्स या फिर फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा है, सो आई विल स्टॉप द वर्क. अगर मैंने आई हैव टेकन सम वर्क व्हिच नीड्स 10 lakhs फॉर दैट वर्क एंड आई हैव फाइल्ड अ प्रोविजनल एप्लीकेशन, और मैं मार्केट में जाके उसका पता करता हूँ कि कोई मुझे फंड्स दे सकता है क्या. अगर मुझे फंड्स मिलते हैं तो देन आई विल प्रोसीड. अगर नहीं मिलते तो आई एम नॉट हैविंग दैट मच फंड्स, सो आई विल लीव दैट प्रोजेक्ट. देन कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिकेशन, इसमें हमारा रिसर्च पूरा हुआ है, तो हाउ वी कैन गो फॉर द एप्लीकेशन. we people know how to publish the research article. रिसर्च आर्टिकल कैसे बनाता है, रिव्यू आर्टिकल कैसे बनाते हैं, वी आर ऑल नोइंग. But how to make a patent, that is also important. See, making application is not difficult, but you need to go thoroughly, or we need to refer some patent application, and we have to file a patent application cautiously in terms of the claims. So we'll see that. First, we have to give the title of the invention. Title देना पड़ेगा. Then field and the background of the invention. Background क्या है? Then use of the invention, कहाँ पर use होगा. Then prior art in the said field of innovation. Prior art क्या है? Prior art का मतलब इसके पहले क्या हुआ है. Then comparison prior art and present invention. जो prior art था उसमें हम लोग क्या करने वाले. Then object of the invention, summary of the invention, statement of the invention, and then detailed description and the working example of the invention. So all these theoretical things, or if some samples are there, that is to be provided. And the most important thing is the claims. हम लोग patent क्यों कर रहे हैं? We are not doing a patent for name or fame. Yeah, that can be a reason also, one of the reason. But patent is done for getting a monopoly, and that monopoly is given in a claims. हमको claim करना है कि ये product को कहाँ पर use किया जाएगा, इसके जो monopoly कहाँ पर रहेगी, वो हमको claims में mention करना पड़ता है. And these claims are drafted very carefully by different industries. Most of the industry who invent the new molecules, they are very critical in drafting the claims. अगर एक भी claim छूट जाता है या properly draft नहीं होता है, तो competitor जो है ना उसका benefits ले लेता है and he will crack the patent. Now this is the flow chart. I will show you how the patent application proceed. हमने provisional application या complete application जो है specification की file किया है. After the 18 months, it will be published by the patent office. देखिए हम लोग को पेटेंट फाइल करने के लिए किसी ऑफिस में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. हम लोग बाय पोस्ट हमारा एप्लीकेशन पेटेंट ऑफिस में भेज सकते हैं. We can do the e-filing also. So it is not difficult to send the application. Now here we have to pay some fees. It was something around 1,750. Now there are different fees. For an individual applicant, there is a different, there is a little fees. For an industry, for a research organizations, there is some other fees. After paying the fees along with the application, we will get this receipt of this filing and application. And after 18 months, it will be automatically published in a patent journal. Because sometimes we think that why I should wait for the 18 months. I am in a hurry and I want to publish my patent application immediately. Then we have to pay some additional fees for early publication. And within 8 months, sorry, within 8-10 days or 15 days, it will be published. Then I have to go for the examination. After the filing of the patent or priority date, within 48 months, I have to request for the examination. So again, I will say that why I should wait for 48 months. At the time of the patent application, I will pay the fees for this early publication and I will pay the fees for the examination also, so that on fast track, the publication will be there and examination will be there. Now there are the chances that after the publication, there can be some opposition and the authority will decide whether that opposition should be maintained or not. And accordingly, the decision will be taken. Now, if there is no request for examination, अगर कोई हम लोगों ने पेटेंट फाइल एप्लीकेशन फाइल किया है और हमने कोई रिक्वेस्ट का एप्लीकेशन एग्जामिनेशन का रिक्वेस्ट नहीं दिया है, so after the 48 months, it will be assumed that that application is withdrawn and no examination, no patent will be awarded. Now, हमने examination के लिए proceed किया है. Within a period of 6 months or sometimes it takes a long time, we get a first examination report that is called the FER. And in that examination reports, you will be communicated the objections or the queries regarding your patent application. And we must have to give the proper answers to the examiners. And if it is accepted by the examiners, then decision will be taken to grant a patent. After the grant of the patent, if somebody is aggrieved or somebody is having some complaint, then he can file an opposition. And after filing opposition, then that will be, the decision will be taken by the controller. Against that decision, the party either applicant or the opponent may go to the IPAB, that is the Intellectual Property Appellate Board, and furthermore it may go, if IPAB, the decision which is given, if not satisfied, may go to the High Court. If not satisfied, then it may go to the Supreme Court. And if no opposition is there after the grant of the patent, then the patent will be maintained. And for 20 years, every year there is some fees which is to be paid for on the basis of the per year or for a 20 years tenure, whatever the tenure is available, that fees can be paid at once or annually. Now we have to see that where these pharmaceutical products can be patented or where the pharmaceuticals will get a patent. Now pharmaceuticals having the both opportunities as a product patent or the process patent. Now the novel formulations, then novel combinations in terms of the specific ingredients, specific proportions, or novel combinations which are having the synergistic or antagonistic activity. Some novel combinations which have the inventive steps for enhancing the stability or certain advancements are there. Then some uniquely standardized products or processes or products or patents are granted for the combination of process and the compositions. Then process which can be patented, the process which is existing in which some improvements are made, better extraction process, better dosage form. Then a process which gives the plants higher yield, biotechnological inventions, improved viability, process which gives the synergy or antagonistic activity, process of standardization. So all these things, all these processes can be patented in pharmaceuticals. Now, there are benefits to researcher, to industry, to business enterprises, and to the consultants. So the wide variety of the people get benefits of this patent. So I will not read all these things, but all these peoples will get the benefit. The limitation of the patent, cost is there definitely, time is consumed. Then the most essential criteria is that we have to publish the information. So once we patent, then it will not be a secret. It will go into the public domain. Then there is the fear of the infringement also. Though we get a patent, but people tries to infringe, and we have to keep a watch. And the limitation of the patent, one more thing is that is the exploitation by the inventor, because he is getting the monopoly for 20 years. Now, there are the chances of the infringement of the patent, and that are prohibited. There are the two kinds of the patent infringement. That is the direct infringement and the indirect infringement. Direct infringement में होता है कि directly they are breaking the or violating the patent law. Means the same product or the same process they are using. Indirect में होता है कि they are not directly using that product, but in the indirect way, the product they are using or they are making, they are similar to the patented product. That is called as the indirect infringement. Now there are again remedies, civil, criminal, and administrative, like cooperative, which I told you. In the civil, we can recover the losses. In a criminal, there can be imprisonment, and in administrative, we can stop these things. Now, there are cases that is of the infringement. That is the infringement of the patent. There is a Bisham Group and Bristol Laboratories. This Bisham Group was having his own product, that is ampicillin. And the Bristol Laboratories created the hetacillin product. That hetacillin product, which was prepared, was very much similar to the ampicillin, though it is a different one, but the precursor was same for the manufacturing of the hetacillin. So Bisham Group has filed a complaint, and court has given the decision to stop the manufacturing or using that hetacillin product. So that is the indirect type of the infringement. Then infringement of the patent Novartis and Cipla. That is the case of infringement on a patented drug, that is the Onbris. That Onbris was the product which is the used for the pulmonary patient, and the Cipla made the same product and said that this Onbris is not available to the common public in a reasonable cost. But court has denied that contention, and he has stopped the Cipla to make the Onbris product. Now, compulsory license is such a license which is given to the another generic pharma or some other party. Compulsory license का मतलब ये होता है कि, for example, some patented product is not available to the public at a reasonable cost or at a reasonable quantity. Then government can take a decision to give the compulsory license to a third party. There is one case I will explain, that is the landmark case. The Natco Pharma, who is the inventor of this Nexavar drug, which is an anti-cancer drug, but his product was not available in the market at a reasonable cost. Its cost was the rupees 2.80 lakhs per month for that treatment. Then Natco has applied for the compulsory license, and he said that we will make it this drug available only at the rupees 8,800. So the court has given the decision, and they have made available this Natco Pharma compulsory license. So people get the drug with a very cheaper price, and the royalty was provided at a rate of 7% by the Natco to the Bayer. Can I stop for a 1 or 2 minutes? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible, sir.
Just 1 minute. I will make arrangement of some my connectivity that
Okay,
network.
okay,
Just
sir. Okay,
please be with me.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, as I am giving the presentation through my mobile, so there can be a net issue. So I make an alternate arrangement. Now voluntary license is there. Voluntary license का मतलब होता है कि इनोवेटर कंपनी जो है वो किसी दूसरे कंपनी को उसका लाइसेंस दे रही वॉलंटरीली. हमने एक तरफ देखा है कि कंपल्सरी हमको लाइसेंस देना पड़ रहा था, यहाँ पे वॉलंटरीली द कंपनी इज गिवन. नाउ कोरोना पैंडेमिक में हमने देखा है कि रेमडेसिविर जैसा ड्रग है जो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट था, जिसके लिए लोग मतलब परेशान हो रहे थे और उनको ड्रग मिल नहीं रहा. नाउ द गिलेड फार्मा or Gilead Science was having a patent of this drug in India, that is a remdesivir. But he has given, or it has given the voluntary license to Indian companies or Indian industries like Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, U Pharma, and so on, Heterolab, so that they can make and sell the drugs. Now here, why this company has done these things? Because that Gilead Pharma will get the royalty from these companies, and they do not have to again work out this drug in India or in different countries. In the situation of the pandemic, this drug was required by each and every country, and everywhere this Gilead Pharma will not reach. So for that purpose, they have given. And a very important thing was that it was a voluntary license which was given. So in case of the pandemic, this was the very decision to be appreciated. Now, one more thing which I would like to just share with you, that is the bowler exemption. बोलर एग्जम्पशन ये इसलिए है कि हमको पेटेंट में ये चीज देखनी बहुत जरूरी है कि जब किसी ड्रग्स का मोनोपोली किसी को 20 इयर्स तक दिया जाता है तो 20 इयर्स के बाद में वो ड्रग पब्लिक डोमेन में आता है, लेकिन पब्लिक डोमेन में आने के बाद में generic manufacturer cannot start the manufacturing of the same drug within a 1 day or within a week or within a month. They have to go for certain experiments. They have to make some labels so that after the finishing of this or after the end of this 20 years or the patented period, they can immediately start their product. But there was one case that Roche Pharma has their patented product, that is the flurazepam, and before the expiry of this, before the expiry of 1 year of this patent of this flurazepam, this Bowler has started the experiments on flurazepam, and Roche has taken the objection with the before expiry of the patent, how they can do that. But the government has made the resolution that for the purpose of the experiment, this generic company can go for the experimentation of that particular drug, so that generic pharma will be there immediately after the expiry of the patent. So government has to take care that at one side the innovator company is getting the benefits, and on other side the public also should get the drug at a lower cost. Now we have to see where this patent natural products can be patented. So we will see some examples. There is a formulation of the new composition or improved formulation can be patented. Now in herbal drugs, there is one composition, that is the anti-allergic composition, having the Terminalia chibula, bark of albizia, then Terminalia balearica, Embolica officinalis, along with Piper nigrum, Gingiber officinalis. So this was the composition which was patented. Then patent for the new use of the herbal constituents. If we find a new use, for example, the weight loss properties of the first choline, that was this property was used for the patent, and the company was granted the patent, which was reducing the weight of the people. Then modification or synthesis of the natural compounds. Now there is one novel steroidal glycoside which was extracted from the tricolon and which is having the appetite suppressant property. So this compound, that is the active ingredient
Are you there, sir?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes. Now you are audible, sir.
Then next thing is a novel isolation process that can also be patented. That is the azadirachtin, that which was isolated by the different process from the seeds of the neem, and for that the NCL of Pune got a patent, that is Indian patent. Then new application of the isolated compound, that is this use of the turmeric as a stabilizing agent for the menadione, which is an antifungal agent, and for that there is a Japanese patent. The invention with novelties, for example, biopesticides, then we can have a patent for the biotechnology products, purification of the natural product, characterization of the new property, either by its structure or the physical parameters. Then patenting of the biological products can be done, microorganisms like E. coli, in which human genes are introduced for the production of the human insulin, human growth hormones, human tissues, and so on. Then patentable microbial inventions, that is the method for producing a new organism, reducing pathogenicity, increasing biological activity, and invention of the new organisms and their compositions. Then transgenic plants are there, which can be patented. The transgenic plants means the plants which are having a desired characteristics. Herbicide resistant cotton plant, insect resistant plant, for example, tobacco plant. So these are the transgenic plant can be patented. Then patenting of the secondary metabolites. The secondary metabolites made by the cell culture by using the sophisticated and specific methods. For example, production of the Taxol by the culturing Taxus species. Then plants grown in the wild, plants adopted for cultivation, hybrids and cultural varieties cannot be patented because these are the discoveries and these natural products cannot be patented. Now, one case study of the curcuma, as we know that in the United States, this University of Mississippi has applied for the product of the turmeric for a wound healing property. But we know that we are using this turmeric from long time in our Indian culture as an antiseptic. So our Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, has protested that and has filed the opposition, and then the patent was rejected. Then case study of the neem. Now this neem, for its property as a fungicide, the patent was granted, and which was opposed by the India, that this neem from a long time we are using as a fungicide. Now you might be knowing that from my childhood I am observing that whenever I or my mother or father was bringing the grains in a quantity, in more quantity, we used to keep a neem leaves in that grains. अगर हम लोग गेहूं चावल बहुत सारी क्वांटिटी में लाते हैं तो उसमें हम लोग नीम के पत्ते रखते हैं. So that is our tradition. So for that, these people were applying for the patent. So that is the thing, that is the patenting aspect of the traditional knowledge and the natural products. So this is called as the biopiracy of the Indian traditional knowledge, when the traditional knowledge which we are using from a long time, and on that basis, if somebody is trying to get a patent, then that we call it as a biopiracy. This traditional knowledge has been gathered by our population through years of experience, and it is a time tested, and that's why we are using that. This traditional knowledge is the knowledge, practice, and the skills which we have developed, and it is passed on generation to generation, and that is our identity as a cultural identity or spiritual identity. So that cannot be patented, and that's why our Indian government has made a digital library for the traditional knowledge, so that we can oppose if any person goes for the patent filing of this anything which is the part of our traditional knowledge. हमने पेटेंट में देखा है कि जो चीज ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग है उसका पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते. अब हमारा ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज जो है दैट इज एग्जिस्टिंग, बट द डिफिकल्टी इन अ नीम केस एंड टर्मरिक लीफ वाज दैट कि हमारे पास में जो ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज था वो रिटर्न फॉर्म में नहीं था. हम लोगों को सीएसआईआर को बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ी, एंड रिस्पेक्टेड डॉक्टर माशेलकर who has done taken a lot of efforts to make these things, because हमारे पास में जो नॉलेज है ना, वो जो नॉलेज हमारे वर्षों से चला आ रहा है. हमारे इंडिया में जो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि वी आर हैविंग अ एंशिएंट कल्चर, बहुत सालों से हमारा कल्चर बहुत पुराना है, लेकिन क्या है ना, वो डॉक्यूमेंटेड नहीं है. और जब हमारे कल्चर के बेस पे अगर कोई कुछ पेटेंट करेगा तो हमको वी हैव टू शो द एविडेंसेस, so that there should be evidences in the written form. I will tell you that हमारे इंडिया में जो फार्मास्यूटिकल्स इंडस्ट्री है, हमारे देश में जो ड्रग्स अवेलेबल है, they are available in a very cheaper cost. If we compare the price of the medicines in India to other countries, then we are having a cheaper medicines. But if we say that कि हमारे जो मेडिसिन है इंडिया में अवेलेबल एलोपैथिक मेडिसिन, उसमें से कितने मेडिसिन है जो इंडिया में इन्वेंट हुए? So there are very few numbers. Most of the medicines are invented from the Western countries or foreign countries. Why this is happening? Because we totally are dependent on the allopathic medicines. हालांकि हमारे पास में हमारी आयुर्वेदिक system of the medicine is there, Siddha system of the medicine is there, but we are not making any development in that, and that's why we are not getting the more inventions from the Indian origin. So we have to concentrate on that. Furthermore, I will tell you that we called allopathy as allopathy. But Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, all this system, we call it as an alternative system of the medicines. अब you tell me that alternative का मतलब क्या होता है? जब मेन चीज काम नहीं करती ना, तब हम लोग अल्टरनेट की तरफ जाते हैं. Why we are calling is Ayurveda as alternative system of the medicines? Is it alternative? मतलब एलोपैथी काम नहीं करेगा तो हम लोग आयुर्वेदा के पास में जाएंगे. Why we are not giving the first preference to Ayurveda? So the reason is that आयुर्वेदा में जो अपग्रेडेशन होना चाहिए था, जो इन्वेंशंस या आगे लेके जाना था, वो हो नहीं रहा है. So we are having an opportunity as a pharmacist to work on a herbal products. So this patent I will stop here and we will proceed for the trademark. I think I am having 15 minutes and from last 1 and 45 minutes you are with me. Maybe get some bored. तो थोड़ा सा एक एग्जांपल देता हूं मैं आपको. सब लोग हमारे पास में सुबह दूध आता है. We are the tea lover people. कुछ लोग दूध पीते हैं, कुछ लोग चाय पीते हैं. तो एक केस हुआ था कि एक महानंद दूध कंपनी है, मिल्क प्रोड्यूसिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन महानंद. उसका मिल्क बहुत फेमस है. देयर द फेमस मिल्क प्रोडक्ट दैट इज दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द मिल्क इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द बैग. तो महानंद कंपनी को बाद में पता चला कि उनका प्रोडक्ट तो अच्छे से बिक रहा है, लेकिन मार्केट में एक नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च हुआ है, उसका नाम है महा आनंद. So they thought that we are having a trademark कि हम लोग महानंद नाम से हमारा दूध बेच रहे, और दूसरा एक प्रोडक्ट है उसका नाम है महा आनंद, मतलब बड़ा आनंद. But the similarity was there in a name. Mahanand has got a reputation in a market and that's why people are preferring the milk. And another product which is very similar to that. So they filed a case against that duplicate Maha Anand, and the authority has given the decision to stop his production of the second one. तो ये जो trademark जो है ना, this is also very interesting in a general point of view, or I will say pharmaceutical perspective. So there are two kinds of the marks. One is the trademark and one is the service mark. Trademark is for the product and service mark is for the service which is provided. जैसे कि मैं आपको इसका डेफिनेशन पहले बताता हूँ. The mark capable of being represented graphically and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from those of others and may include shape of goods, their package and combination of the colors. तो ये जो ट्रेडमार्क जो रहता है ना, ये मार्क है, ये कुछ नाम रहेगा, कुछ ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा. तो गुड्स का मतलब होता है कि जो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हमारी कार है, जैसे मारुति की कार है, तो इट इज अ गुड्स. दो मारुति इज प्रोवाइडिंग द गुड्स. बाइक रॉयल एनफील्ड जो बुलेट प्रोवाइड करती है. सो दीज आर द गुड्स विच आर प्रोवाइडेड. अगर मैं एलआईसी का नाम बोलूंगा, बैंक का एसबीआई, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द सर्विस, बट दे आर हैविंग सम लोगोस. जीवन के साथ भी, जीवन के बाद भी, दैट इज द लोगो ऑफ द एलआईसी. लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन, द नेम इटसेल्फ इज द ट्रेडमार्क. अगर मैं रिलायंस की बात करता हूं तो डेफिनेटली इट इज द कंपनी, इट इज अ ट्रेडमार्क. यू विल सरप्राइज दैट शाहरुख खान, Sachin Tendulkar, Akshay Kumar, all these are the big personalities, but they have registered their names as a trademark so that nobody can use. अगर मैं खुद कोई ग्रोसरी शॉप चालू करता हूँ बड़ा सा, और उसको अगर मैं नाम देता हूँ रिलायंस, तो लोग क्या समझेंगे? My shop is somewhere related with the Ambani group. So I cannot use this Reliance name for my trading purpose. तो इसके ट्रेडमार्क के फंक्शंस क्या है? दैट विल सी. इट आइडेंटिफाइज द प्रोडक्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल कोलगेट है, तो पहले, अभी तो ठीक है, अभी तो मोस्ट ऑफ द टूथपेस्ट वी आर हैविंग, लेकिन अगर 20 साल पहले आप देखेंगे तो टूथपेस्ट का कंसेप्ट ही नहीं था. लोग डायरेक्टली बोलते थे कि हमको कोलगेट चाहिए. मतलब टूथपेस्ट एंड कोलगेट वाज इंटरचेंजेबली यूज्ड. then it gives the guarantee of the quality. For example, I will bought a Lux soap, तो मुझे पता है कि लक्स का मतलब ये है कि उसकी क्वालिटी क्या रहेगी. देन एडवर्टाइजमेंट, जैसे मैंने सोनी का नाम सुना है, अगर सोनी जो कंपनी है दैट हैज इट्स ओन रेपुटेशन इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स गुड्स, तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में अगर मैं सोनी का नाम लेता हूं तो डेफिनेटली आई एम हैविंग I am making the advertisement, or I am having that advertisement in my mind. Then it creates an image in a customer. McDonald's, तो McDonald's की image सबको ही पता है. Now, what kind of these trademarks are there? There can be letter like LG, IBM. There can be a symbol, Tata, Nike, Adidas. There can be a brand, cycle brand Agarbatti. There can be labels and tickets are attached to the jeans or shirts. There can be color combinations, numericals, containers, shape of the goods, packagings, or the device are used for the purpose of this trademarking. Now, again, the same mechanism is there. I'm having some short of time, 10 minutes are left. So I will cover
Dear participants, have patience. The session will be going on within 2 minutes. There is a network issue from Shampoo sir. Wait for 2 minutes.
some net issue was there.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Yes.
Just a minute. I was having some net issue.
Okay, sir.
Whether screen is visible?
Not now, sir. Still, it is not visible.
Just a minute.
Okay.
I'm trying to share my screen. Just 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No problem. Now your screen is visible, sir. You can share your PPT, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
In a trademark, we are having a different types that I just now explained. So there is a same procedure for the trademark registration in India. We have to apply for the trademark registration. Now here one thing is very important that if we do not register for the trademark, then also the trademark exists. But if we register the trademark, then we can prove in a court that we were the earlier to use the trademark. Now here also we have to file the application. We will get the application number. Then it will be scanned, and the courts will be assessed or examined or scanned as per the Vienna codification, and it will be examined. And if it is accepted, then it will be published, and then it will be registered. After the examination, if examiner is having some problem, then he will his queries or his objections will be conveyed to the applicant, and if he successfully remove that objection, then also it is accepted. After the registration of this trademark, the aggrieved person can file a complaint against that registered trademark, and that will go to the IPAB, that is the Intellectual Property Appellate Board, and the final decision will be taken by that particular authority to grant a trademark or not. Now, if you see this R encircled, that is the registered trademark. You might have seen this symbol, that is the registered trademark. The TM means unregistered trademark, means the industry or that supplier of the product is using that trademark, but that is not registered. And SM means unregistered service trademark. So we will call it service mark. Already I told you that the trademark is for the product and service mark is for the services. So these TM and SM, these are not registered one in the trademark registration office. Now, for registration of the trademark, the same office there is there, that is the patent office. Now we are having a pharmaceutical trademarks. Most of the pharmaceutical industry uses the trademark. जैसे for example मैं आपको बता दूं कि paracetamol tablet है. So most of the time you use the word crocin. If fever is there, तो लोग बोलते हैं यार crocin ले लो आप ठीक हो जाएंगे. So crocin is a trademark and paracetamol is a generic name. Now you will be surprised that Glaxo has approximately registered 1,10,000 trademarks, and they are spending 1.5 pounds for the renewal of the trademarks. So trademark plays a key role in a economical significance or for the selling of the product. Now, in case of the pharmaceutical trademark, we know that there are the generic name. So that generic name cannot be protected by the trademark. For example, paracetamol. This name cannot be have a monopoly of the one industry or one entity. That can be used by anybody else. Any producer of the paracetamol can use because it is a generic name. But the person can use another name as a trademark for the paracetamol tablet or that particular kind of the product. Now, the most important thing in the trademark infringement is the passing of. दो चीजें, one thing is that trademark in infringement means we are using or we are copying the trademark of the another person. And second thing is that the intention of us is to pass off our product. That is a passing of action. Passing of action का मतलब ये होता है कि हमने इस तरह से ट्रेडमार्क हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं कि मेरा जो प्रोडक्ट है वो दूसरे प्रोडक्ट्स के सिमिलर है और मैं चाहता हूं कि जिसका अच्छा नाम है मार्केट में सोसाइटी में उसकी जगह मेरा प्रोडक्ट कस्टमर ले ले and having some deceptive features. So that is called as the passing of action. Now there is one case of trademark, Amrit Dhara and Lakshman Dhara. Now the trade name that was the Amrit Dhara, which was used for a stomachache, and the another industry started the product that is the Lakshman Dhara. Now both were very entitled or used for the stomachache. So when the case gone to the court, then court has observed that both are having the similar names, and that may cause the confusion in the mind of the people. So they injuncted or they stopped the selling of this Lakshman Dhara. Then there was another case, Cadila Healthcare versus the Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited. That is the Falsigo drug for the cerebral malaria, and another one that is a Falsitab. Now here also the names are similar. So again, in the court has observed that the Falsitab is copying the Falsigo tablet. So they have stopped or injection was granted. Then in the Ranbaxy versus the Anand Prasad, here is the Fortwin and Ostwin. The both preparations are for the bone disorder, and we can say these suffix were similar, win-win. So again, court has observed that there is a infringement of the trademark and injunction was granted. Then betadine and betaine. Again, here also the similar case. Then Cipla was having the Norflux in Norflux 400, and MK Pharmaceutical has also started the same tablet. But here the decision came different. Cipla जो कंपनी थी प्लेंटिव, यहाँ पे प्लेंटिव का मतलब होता है अप्लीकेंट. हम लोग जब कोर्ट में केस दाखिल करते हैं या कोर्ट में जाते हैं तो जो अप्लीकेंट रहता है उसको प्लेंटिव बोलते हैं, और जो अपोनेंट रहता है या दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिस्पोंडेंट और द डिफेंडेंट. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, सिप्ला और एमके फार्मास्यूटिकल्स में both were having the same trade name, that is the Norflux 400, and the plaintiff has said that they have not objected the name, they have objected that is the color and shape of that tablets. Now court has observed that the customer do not choose the medicine on the basis of the shape and color of the tablet, and blister packing is the common. So in this case, the injunction was not granted against the MK Pharmaceuticals, and the case was dismissed. Then one more case, Rofol and Profol. Here also the same name, so injunction was imposed. Then Bitalong and Bitalog for the treatment of the angina pectoris. Here the again name is the same, but in this case, this argument was done that the drugs which comes under the Schedule H and they are prescribed by the doctors. So though the name are similar, but doctor is the person or physician is the person who will guide which drug is to be taken by the patient. But still court has said that the names are similar, so there can be chances of deception, or that is the case of the deceptive similarity. And that's why they again granted an injunction against the defendant. Then one more case, fall white and fall. Again, the names are similar, injections are granted. Now we have to see that generic use of the pills shape and color. अब हम लोग देखते हैं कि branded products, innovator product and the generic product, if they are having the same shape, color, so what is to be done? Whether it will come under the trademark. If the shape and color are a functional one or the non-functional one, and if do not have any secondary meaning, then it will not come under the trademark. लेकिन अगर pill का shape, color, if it is a means of identity or distinctiveness, or if it is having some secondary meaning, then the same color, shape cannot be used by the another person. Now, I think I will take 5 minutes only. I know that I am exceeding the time limit. Next is the geographical indication. It is also very important one. Geographical indication का मैं example देता हूँ and I will stop. आप सबने हापुस आम का नाम सुना होगा, अल्फांसो मैंगो. ये आम इतने फेमस है कि US president also likes this अल्फांसो मैंगो. Now मैंगोस तो बहुत सारे हैं हमारे कंट्री में, but what is in that अल्फांसो मैंगो? So नाम itself is the self-explanatory. उसका नाम ही बताता है कि वो किस तरह का होगा. जब कोई टैग अल्फांसो या हापुस, ये जो टैग लगा है वो आम के साथ में, वो खुद एक्सप्लेन करता है कि उसकी क्वालिटी कैसी होगी, उसका शेप कैसा होगा, उसका स्मेल कैसा होगा, सुगंध कैसे आएगी. So that is called as the geographical indication. So it is the name of the geographical region, sign indicating that product or a service originate from a specific geographical locality and possesses a specific quality and the characteristics because of the geographical origin. अगर किसी क्षेत्र से, किसी एरिया से कोई प्रोडक्ट आता है, अगर उसका नाम उसके साथ में है, तो उनको पता चलता है कि ये प्रोडक्ट किस तरह का होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल कोल्हापुरी चप्पल, सोलापुरी चादर, नागपुर के संतरे, कश्मीर की जो शॉल आती है, दैट थिंग, आगरे का पेठा. सो मेनी प्रोडक्ट्स आर देयर व्हिच आर फेमस बिकॉज ऑफ देयर ओरिजिन. अब हम लोग बहुत बार सुनते हैं कि मेड इन पेरिस, मेड इन जापान, मेड इन इंडिया, मेड इन चाइना. सो दैट इज ओनली द इंडिकेशन ऑफ द सोर्स. हमको पता चलता है कि ये किस रीजन से आया है. बट एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द ओरिजिन स्टेट्स दैट ये जो प्रोडक्ट है वो जहां से भी आया है, इट इज कैरिंग द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर geographical area and quality of that particular area. Now this collectively it is called as the geographical indication. Now geographical indication is important because it contributes a value of that product or gives the reputation to that product. So GI tag is very important when we are using that GI tag. I cannot say Hapus Amba for all the mangoes. If any mango is produced in a Marathwada region, can I call it as Hapus mango? No, because Hapus mango or Alfonso mangoes are called, this Alfonso word is attached to the mangoes which are originated from the Konkan area, especially from the Ratnagiri district. And that quality is because of that particular area only. If I say the Basmati rice is a such a rice which is coming from this particular area of the India and Pakistan. So this GI tags is given to the manufacturer of the industrial goods, agricultural product, foods and beverages, handicrafts, jewelry and textiles. अगर मैं डायमंड की बात करता हूं तो गुजरात के डायमंड फेमस है. Now इसका जो इम्पैक्ट है जीआई का फॉर द रूरल डेवलपमेंट, फॉर द मार्केट एक्सेस, लोकल नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज सेव होते हैं, प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ द कल्चरल आइडेंटिटी, Now, why it is to be protected? For the quality and origin of the product, reputation of the product, preventing the product from the generic product, protecting the domestic market. So GI gives a lot of benefits. अब हम लोग देखेंगे कि ट्रेडमार्क में और जीआई में डिफरेंस क्या है. ट्रेडमार्क जो है ना, वो एक एंटरप्रेन्योर को या जो इंडस्ट्री उसके लिए काम करता है. जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन जो है वो पर्टिकुलर एरिया के लिए काम करता है, फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट्स व्हिच आर ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम द पर्टिकुलर एरिया. So it is a collective monopoly, and it is a trademark is the monopoly which is related to the one person or one owner only. These are the examples: basmati rice, Mysore silk, Mysore jasmine, Darjeeling tea, Kolhapuri chappal, then Canadian whiskey, Swiss watches, Nagpur orange, Alfonso mangoes. Again the same procedure: filing application, then examination, then acceptance, then advertisements, and then entry in the GI register for a GI tag. And authorized users can also register their names in a registration for the geographical indication. Now I will tell you one case just for 5 minutes. I will wind up. Basmati rice was the case. The US company has got a patent for the basmati rice, but India has objected that we are selling the basmati rice, and this basmati word is for a particular variety of the rice which is originated from the India and Pakistan. So no other country can sell their rice as a basmati. So there is again some cases of Tea Board of India versus ITC Limited. Then you might be surprised that this Kolhapuri chappal has also got the GI tag. But if you think that this Kolhapuri chappal means it is only coming from the Kolhapur, then you will be wrong. This Kolhapuri chappal has got a GI tag for its chappals, and that chappal which is coming from the Kolhapur, Sangli, Solapur and Satara district of Maharashtra, and also from the Belgaum, Dharwad, Bagalkot and Bijapur district of the Karnataka. So all these cities, all this area of the Maharashtra and Karnataka where these chappals are produced, they are called as the Kolhapuri chappal, and they have got the GI tag, because it was not possible for the one district or one area to produce such a huge amount of chappals, and they were not able to produce as per the demand. And so because of the large demand of the Kolhapuri chappal, these districts were given the GI tag. Now you can see that how this GI tag is important in Ayurveda or herbal medicines. There is one rice, that is the Navara rice, that is Oriza sativa, which is having a medicinal value and which has got a GI tag because it is used in Ayurveda for medicinal value. It is used in the treatment of the paralysis and neuromuscular disease. Then green cardamom from the LAP green cardamom from Kerala and Cook green cardamom from Karnataka. That is also got a GI tag, and it is having a value in asthma, cough and in micturition. Then Ganjam Kevada, which is a Kevada flower, which is an important one in Ayurveda as a important ingredient, and it is obtained from the state of the Orissa. It is used in the treatment of the eye ailment and the respiratory disorders. Then saffron, it is also important ingredient of the Ayurveda, obtained from the Jammu and Kashmir, and having a importance in the treatment of the migraine, wounds, vomiting, discoloration, and patches of the skin. So this geographical indication is very important on a global perspective. So I will stop here. I hope that you got this all these points regarding the intellectual property rights, copyright, patent, trademarks, and the geographical indication and their importance in the herbal medicines. So the sequence was copyright, patent, trademark, and geographical indication. That was preferred because we start our research where copyright is required when we go for the literatures. Then we make up some process or the product which can be patented. then we go for the marketing of that product or process by using a trademark and geographical indications, which we, if our Ayurvedic product or our herbal product, if it is made by using such a kind of this excellent plant products or the products which are originating from the particular area, so it will add a value in the Ayurvedics or herbal medicines. So I will thank to Umre sir and the principal sir of this K.T. Patil College of Pharmacy, Osmanabad, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to present myself. So thank you very much, and thank you for patient listening, and thanks for giving me a time for making some arrangement of my network issues and all that thing. So thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The session was very excellent and informative, and looking into chat box, our participant has also benefited by the guidance they have got from you. While the presentation was going on, the participants were asking some questions regarding the today's topic, as it is very important topic in pharmaceutical and herbal research. We would like to
Okay.
pick up few from them. Shall we start the question answer session, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so first question is from Nagre Sujit. Are there any specific guidelines for patenting polyherbal formulation? If yes, then please elaborate that guidelines.
See, if I tell you regarding this patenting aspects in a herbal combinations, I think he want to ask about the composition, herbal composition. Am I right?
Yes, the polyherbal formulation, sir.
Yeah, polyherbal formulations.
Yes.
So a very important thing is that when we are using this patent or we are filing a patent application, these three things are very important. One is the novelty, then inventive step, that means non-obviousness, and the application. If these three things are existing, then your polyherbal formulation can be patented. लेकिन क्या होता है ना, मैंने जैसे आपको बताया कि पेटेंट ऑफिस हमारा इंडिया का ऐसा है कि जो चाहता है कि पेटेंट ना मिले, देखो हमने पेटेंट मैकेनिज्म एक्सेप्ट किया है. मैंने आपको हिस्ट्री में बताया है कि एज अ पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन WTO, एंड WTO इज हैविंग अ ट्रिप्स इन इट, तो उसके आधार पे हमने हमारा पेटेंटिंग सिस्टम चालू किया है. लेकिन पेटेंटिंग सिस्टम चालू करने के बाद में हमको किसी को मोनोपोली नहीं देना है. Our Indian government do not want to give a monopoly to anybody unless he or she or it is eligible. तो हमने क्राइटेरिया क्या रखा है? नॉवेल्टी, इन्वेंटिव स्टेप एंड इट्स एप्लीकेशन. एप्लीकेशन तो डेफिनेटली है. अगर मैंने कुछ चीज बनाई है तो उसका एप्लीकेशन डेफिनेटली रहेगा. दैट मच वी आर मतलब वी आर लर्नेड पर्सन. बट इन टर्म ऑफ दिस नॉवेल्टी, इन टर्म ऑफ द इन्वेंटिव स्टेप, नॉवेल्टी में क्या होता है? पॉलीहर्बल फॉर्मुलेशन मैंने बनाया एंड इट इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ दिस इंग्रेडिएंट्स which are having common properties or different properties, and they are mentioned in some Ayurveda books or the our pharmacognosy books, and same property, the use of that property we are patenting, so that will not happen. तो जैसे मैंने बताया कि पॉलीहर्बल फॉर्मुलेशन जो हम लोग बना रहे हैं, तो उसमें से हमको ये दिखाना पड़ेगा कि some synergism is there, कुछ एफिकेसी बढ़ रही है. अगर हमने जो फॉर्मुलेशन बनाया है तो उनमें जो इंग्रेडिएंट हमने डाले हैं उसमें हमने इंक्लूड किया है, तो उसका जो यूज है कहीं डॉक्यूमेंटेड नहीं है. हम जो यूज कर रहे हो किसी अलग पर्पस के लिए है, एंड दैट इज द नॉवेल वन.
Okay, sir. Next question is from Nazia Khan. Is device design called as a copyright or a design patent or a simple patent?
Once again, device for what purpose?
Is any device design, it is called as a we can term it as a copyright or a design patent or a simple patent.
See, यहाँ पर क्या है ना कि आपने वर्ड यूज किया है डिवाइस, दूसरा वर्ड किया है डिजाइन, तो ये दोनों अलग चीज है. दे आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. डिवाइस का मतलब अगर मैं प्रोडक्ट कंसिडर करता हूं तो उसमें फिर से मुझे तीनों कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लगेगी. एक डिवाइस है जो मैंने बनाया है, उसको मैं डिजाइन नहीं बोलूंगा. आई विल से डिवाइस विच इज अ प्रोडक्ट. एंड इट इज नॉवेल वन, और उसमें जैसे कि इन्वेंटिव स्टेप है, जैसे मोबाइल है, तो मोबाइल में मैंने कुछ फीचर्स डाल दिए जो पहले से अवेलेबल नहीं थे, सो दैट कैन बी इन्वेंटिव स्टेप. सो सच कैन बी डिवाइस कैन बी पेटेंटेड इफ इट इज अ डिजाइन. अब डिजाइन का मतलब क्या होता है कि मेरा कुछ प्रोडक्ट है, लेकिन वो प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में मैं जब लाता हूं ना, तो वो उसके ऊपर कोई डिजाइन बनी रहती है, सो दैट प्रोटेक्शन इज डिफरेंट. एंड कॉपीराइट कहां पर होता है? कॉपीराइट प्रोडक्ट के लिए नहीं होता है. कॉपीराइट ओनली फॉर द कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम्स. कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम को हम लोग पेटेंट नहीं कर सकते. कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम्स कम्स अंडर द कॉपीराइट एक्ट. तो अगर आपका डिवाइस जो है वो कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम है, तो इट विल बी कम अंडर द कॉपीराइट. तो आपका अगर डिवाइस प्रोडक्ट है, तो डेफिनेटली इफ इट इज हैविंग और passing the criteria of the novelty, inventive step, application, definitely it will have, then you will get the patent.
Okay, sir. Next question is from Ashfaq Tamil, and most of the participants they are asking that can isolation and extraction techniques of phytoconstituents can be patented?
Definitely, if it is novel process, देखिए, important thing is that आपकी प्रोसेस नोवेल है, ठीक है, मान लिया, हमको इन्वेंटिव स्टेप भी बताना पड़ेगा ना. वी हैव टू शो द इन्वेंटिव स्टेप. हमने देखो, मैंने कौन सी चीजें पेटेंट नहीं हो सकती उसके बारे में मैंने जानबूझ के वो सेक्शन 3 एंड डी, सॉरी, सेक्शन 3 आई हैव डिस्कस्ड, सेक्शन 4 वाज रिगार्डिंग द एटॉमिक एनर्जी. तो यहाँ पर क्या है ना कि हमने एक्सट्रैक्शन प्रोसेस डेवलप किया, मान लिया कि वो नॉवेल है, लेकिन उसमें इन्वेंटिव स्टेप क्या है? वेदर वी आर रिड्यूसिंग द सॉल्वेंट, वेदर इट इज कमर्शियली वायबल. जैसे पहले बहुत खर्चा आ रहा था, खर्चा कम कर दिया, या फिर हमने बिल्कुल 2 स्टेप में, पहले जो एक्सट्रैक्शन था उसके लिए 10 स्टेप्स थे, अभी जो एक्सट्रैक्शन हो रहा है वो सिंगल 1 और 2 स्टेप्स में हो रहा है. तो ये अगर हम लोग इन्वेंटिव स्टेप उसमें देते हैं, देन दैट प्रोसेस कैन बी पेटेंटेड.
Okay, sir. So next question is how one can find the copying or duplication of the patent or copyright?
क्वेश्चन मैडम फिर से बताइए.
How one can find the copying or duplication of a patent or copyright? मतलब हम कैसे फाइंड कर सकते हैं कि हमारा जो पेटेंट हमने फाइल किया है उसका कॉपी हो चुका है, या फिर हम कैसे फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं?
एक्चुअली क्या है ना कि हम लोगों के माइंड में, बीइंग अ टीचर ना, या पेटेंट की तरफ देखने का जो नजरिया है हमारा, the way we look to the patent is different. We are not commercial people. हम लोगों को जो पेटेंट करना है ना, वो जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ बायोडाटा. पेटेंट वो चीज नहीं है. पेटेंट को आप इस तरह से समझिए कि ये जो पेटेंट हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना, वी वांट अ कमर्शियल बेनिफिट, इंडस्ट्रियल बेनिफिट. अब मैंने जो पेटेंट किया, वो पेटेंट सिर्फ नाम के लिए नहीं होना चाहिए. जैसे पेटेंट मैंने किया है और उसका यूज नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं, तो उसका कोई मतलब ही नहीं ना. पेटेंट हम लोग क्यों करते हैं कि जो मेरा इन्वेंशन है वो मार्केट में आए, मार्केट में लोगों के लिए यूज में जाए, उसका प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. तो व्हेन एनी कमर्शियल एंटाइटी और एनी कमर्शियल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यूजेस द पेटेंट, देन वो पेटेंट जब मार्केट में आता है एज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, तो हमको पता चल जाता है कि उस प्रोडक्ट के कंपैरिजन में कौन सा मार्केट में प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है. तो जो मार्केट में जो लोग काम करते हैं उनके थ्रू हमको पता ही चलता है कि मेरा जो सेल है वो कम क्यों हो रहा है. तो पता चलता है कि कोई तो भी दूसरा फ्रॉड कर रहा है हमारे पेटेंट का, या फिर थ्रू द नेट एंड ऑल दैट थिंग वी कम टू नो.
Sir, last question is what are the current automation technology in intellectual property right?
Current
Automation technologies in intellectual property rights.
Automation technology means what? What?
I think regarding
What the-
herbal pharmaceuticals, they want to ask in case of herbal pharmaceuticals. I guess so.
See, again I will tell you that कोई भी रहे, मतलब whether it is herbal formulation है या फिर pharmaceutical formulation है, whether it is engineering product, whether it is a agricultural product, जो भी products है, जो भी process and product है, हमको ऑटोमेशन का मतलब यही होता है कि हर्बल, जैसे हम लोग हर्बल मेडिसिन की बात करेंगे, तो हमको जो हर्बल मेडिसिन जो पेटेंट करना है, तो उसमें बेसिक चीज ये है कि दैट शुड नॉट बी पब्लिश्ड वन, वो पब्लिश होनी नहीं चाहिए। और हमको नई चीज इन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द इन्वेंशन, इन्वेंशन के तौर पे अगर हम लोग सामने लाएंगे तो ही उसका पेटेंट हो सकता है। अब देखो ये चीजें इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है ना कि एवरी कंट्री इफ इट वांट्स टू डेवलप, हम लोग इंडिया की बात करेंगे तो वी आर अ डेवलपिंग कंट्री एंड आवर विजन वाज दैट वी वांट टू बिकम अ डेवलप्ड कंट्री in the vision 2020, that our legend Abdul Kalam has said that in a 2020 we should be a developed country, and there was a vision in 2020 because our country is a youth country. यूथ कंट्री मतलब हमारे देश में यूथ का प्रोपोर्शन बहुत ज्यादा है। सो वी आर फोकस्ड इन रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, दिस यूथ शुड इन्वॉल्व इन द रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट एंड दे शुड कम अप विद सम इन्वेंशंस। और इन्वेंशन में ऑटोमेशन जो होता है वो उसी तरीके से होता है कि हमको नई सोच लानी पड़ेगी कि एग्जिस्टिंग जो चीज है, देखो ऑटोमेशन का मतलब ये होता है कि, या इन्वेंशन का मतलब ये होता है कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं आज की कंडीशन में जो मेडिसिन आज अवेलेबल है, क्या मैं उससे सेटिस्फाई हूं? अगर मैं सेटिस्फाई हूं तो इन्वेंशन नहीं होगा। आई विल गिव यू द केस ऑफ द कोरोना पैंडेमिक। कोरोना पैंडेमिक में एक भी मेडिसिन ठीक से अवेलेबल नहीं था। नो मेडिसिन वॉज अवेलेबल फॉर ट्रीटिंग द कोविड टिल डेट। आज एज ऑन टूडे nobody says that this medicine is cure for the corona or covid-19। तो क्या हम लोग एक मेडिसिन बना सकते हैं which will be treating the covid patients? All people were, all the medical fraternity were doing a trial and error basis। वो ट्रायल एंड एरर बेसिस पे ही काम कर रहे थे पेशेंट को ट्रीट करने का। सो वी हैव टू फाइंड द एग्जिस्टिंग प्रॉब्लम and from that problem what solution we can give to the society, that will be the automation।
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the beautiful session. Intellectual property right is somewhat tricky aspect, and majority of researchers are unaware regarding most of the crucial things related to the patents and copyrights. But you have explained it so well, and I hope everybody has been understood very well. Now it's time to present a vote of thanks. I would like to request Dr. Amir Kazi, sir, Professor Dr. Amir Kazi, sir, to present a vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, I would like to give huge thanks to Mr. Prashant B. Shankumar sir for sparing their valuable times and knowledge with all of us. I must say the session was beautifully explained by you, sir. We will be always grateful to you for your kind cooperation for success of today's session. Thank you very much, sir. I also would like to mention my special thanks to principal and convener of this International FDP program, Dr. Amol Joshi sir, for arranging this program and supporting all of us. Thank you, sir. With gratitude, I wish my humble thanks to management, other institute, especially our president, Honorable Sri Sudhir Patil sir, administrative officer, Mr. Aditya Patil sir, and all body members for endless and innumerable support. Thank you. I also would like to give big thanks to our vice principal and convener of this faculty development program, Ms. Geeta Sapkale ma'am, my supportive IQAC coordinator, Mr. Pange sir, coordinator, Mr. Umbe sir, Alkunte sir, Mari sir, Khan sir, for their technical support. Thank you all. I would also like to give special thanks to all my teaching as well as non-teaching staff for their direct and indirect as well as conference support. Thank you. Last but not least, I would like to mention my special thanks to all participants for their overwhelming response to this session. Without your support, it was impossible to conduct it. We hope in you will shower your huge response in future session also. Thank you. Now it's over to Chitra ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Now I am presenting the virtual certificates. Please accept it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for sparing your valuable time and knowledge with all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Once again, thanks to organizers and big thanks to participants who stayed with me for last, I think, 2.5 hours. So it is really a very, I think, challenging thing to be remain present. And देखिए हम लोग टीचर है तो सुनना बड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है, बोलना आसान है, but thanks to participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Shall I leave the session?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you once again to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. So thank you, Dr. Kazi sir, for presenting vote of thanks. Now we will conclude our today's session and we will meet tomorrow at afternoon 3 p.m. for our second session. And for that, we have another eminent resource person, Dr. Ujjwaldeep Devre sir, who will guide us on topic potential role of nutraceuticals as an immunity booster. So stay tuned and have a nice day.